This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome into game number 3, the Edmonton Oilers, the Dallas Stars. As we get set up for this evening's action, the Oilers looking to avenge a Game 2 loss and build off of what has been a successful series thus far against the Dallas Stars. Of course, recovering from whatever was bugging me there over the course of the weekend, but we will quickly decline that call and give a second to text that guy back and make sure he's all good on his end there. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah. Sorry, friends. Just a brief, weird moment to start. But yeah, all right, good to go. Yeah, we're waiting for the Oilers to obviously try and get back in this thing with a series lead. They obviously started off hot in Game 1, winning a game that I think 95% of fans, whether it be Stars, Oilers, or NHL others, wouldn't have given the Oilers an opportunity to win. They do indeed find a way to win Game 1 against the Dallas Stars. That gave us a 1-0 lead. Now the Oilers obviously tied 1 apiece going home with the Dallas Stars, and this is where home ice advantage comes to play for the Edmonton Oilers, right? We got 3 games remaining in this series at home. Stars only with 2. The Oilers can do a lot of damage here. I know Matt, when he was joining us earlier in the series, said, hey, Oilers in 6, right? Well, tonight is kind of how you line up Oilers in 6, if you would, right? You go out there, you hopefully win tonight. You see what you can do about Game 4, and then you see what you can do about 5 and 6 and bring it home. That said, the way the bounces have gone, the way the puck has really been bouncing around out there in Dallas, and the way the puck likely will be hopping around with these two teams flying around on maybe better ice in Edmonton, I can bet you tonight you'll see a lot of more even hockey as well, and a lot more tight checking hockey as we have seen throughout this series. So I'm looking forward to seeing kind of what happens tonight and what the Oilers kind of do with all the opportunities they get. Jake Ottinger's obviously stopped them on quite a few, but a couple of pucks bobbling off sticks, a couple of missed passes, a couple of overpassing moments for the Oilers maybe in Game 2. So it'll be really interesting to see tonight if they can generate a little more traffic in front of Ottinger, generate a little bit more better looks because they're not forcing the play as much, and go out there and really try and set the tone of the hockey game a little bit more physically than they have through games 1 and 2. That's kind of a couple of thoughts I've got for you out of the gate anyway this evening. Obviously, Adam Henrique is back in the lineup in place of one Ryan McLeod, who's struggled all playoffs long, and now tonight he takes a seat in the press box, as Sam Carrick has done, as Derek Ryan has done, as Connor Brown has done, and as Stuart Skinner has done, all key contributors over the past 2 games in, of course, Dallas. So looking forward to having you aboard here this evening, friends, as we're going to see what happens this evening. But Alan, Toastical, Linda, and Charlene, welcome aboard. Glad to have you this evening. Yeah, we need the Oilers to really come in with a definite answer to kind of what Dallas did in Game 2. That just really, again, Dallas is a stalemate team. Dallas is a team that is going to rely on great goaltending from Jake Ottinger. I think it was said by the color commentator for Dallas on the pregame show with Reed Wilkins over on 630 Ched this afternoon. Really, it comes down to which goaltender offers up 1 or 2 more goals in this series than the other. And I think that's where a lot of fans wouldn't like their odds with one Stuart Skinner. But I think you're going to see for the Oilers a real easy series lining up if they can start to find some holes in Jake Ottinger and then all of a sudden just pile goal after goal in. That said, Dallas's defense won't let you do that easily, and Jake Ottinger won't either. So there's a bunch of things that have to go right tonight for the Edmonton Oilers, and quite frankly, the hardest one is outworking the Dallas Stars for exactly 60 minutes plus to win tonight's hockey game, because Dallas will be coming in, right? They're showing Dylan Holloway's shot block there. Ryan Suter getting in the way with his glove hand open. So those are the kind of plays Dallas has, players like that are committed to making those plays. Those are the kind of plays that obviously veterans will make against you, and that's where we'll see what the Oilers can do this evening in response to a very tough test Dallas team that is now even this series back in Game 2. So to the chat we go again. 97, welcome aboard. Crozier again, and Lyle, welcome in. Kevin, welcome in this evening. Yeah, this will be This will be interesting to see where the Oilers go this evening. With tonight's hockey game, obviously being in Edmonton, right? I think Rogers Place Ice is known as one of the best rinks in the NHL. A lot of fan discourse over the past 48 hours about maybe the shady ice in Dallas. Not that I'm confirming that or agreeing with that, just saying that. But it will be interesting to kind of see what the game looks like different from Dallas. I think we saw a lot of puck bouncing, a lot of hopping for the puck in Dallas, and I'm wondering if we'll see that again tonight, or if this evening we'll kind of see the Oilers go out there and really start to generate a whole bunch of chances because they're able to make the passes. They know they can. The puck's not hopping off their tape like it was in Dallas. Whatever the case might be, whatever the excuses were after 2 games in Dallas, you got to split. That's good enough for Oilers fans. But now tonight, you got to come home with an effort to really at least solidify getting a split at home before heading back to Dallas for game number 5. So we'll see what the case might be. But that is where we will go again. Brad, welcome in. And, well, Epiphany's got the biggest moment of the night tonight. I think when it comes down to why I believe the Edmonton Oilers will win tonight, you got to believe in superstitions, you got to believe in omens, and you got to believe in the best parts of us showing up when we need to tonight. Obviously, we'll throughout the broadcast, I'm sure, a lot honoring the great late Oilers fan, Ben Stelter, who passed away a few summers ago, but is still with us in our hearts every single night. And, well, that carries on with the playing of La Bamba for the Win song every post game. That's a moment we all think of Ben and those we've lost in the Oilers community. Well, I'll tell you tonight, being Ben's birthday and all, and the Oilers playing at home, you can imagine we're looking to get that win to play La Bamba in Rogers Place as the fans exit the building this evening. So that's where I'm thinking. Again, if you're looking for the Oilers and you're asking why I'm saying why the Game 3 win's so important, that's kind of where the storyline truly is for the Oilers tonight, is that not even feel good. That's just, right? That's one of those things. It's almost unacceptable not to. The only thing to worry about for Dallas this evening, though, is Roope Hintz is taking the warm-up for the Stars. It was said earlier today if Hintz takes warm-up, he plays tonight. So we're seeing Hintz take warm-up. One might assume he plays. And then, well, that'll mean Dallas makes a big change in their lineup, getting Roope Hintz. The Oilers do as well, getting back Adam Henrique from an ankle injury earlier in this playoffs, as my ankle cracks there. I don't know if you just heard that, but it'll kind of be an interesting, it's almost, for the first time in a long while, best on best for the Oilers and the Dallas Stars, as Ryan McLeod is out of the lineup, right? A guy who, the term black hole, it really seems to be a negative way to put what Ryan McLeod's done in these playoffs, given the penalty killing success of the Oilers. But in terms of offense, in terms of physicality, that kind of is what he's created on that third line, which has kind of gone stale over the past few games as well. So Adam Henrique comes in. He'll likely be part of that third line, jump up with Connor, jump up with Draisaitl as the game dictates. But just another big-time piece to the puzzle for the Oilers coming in. And I think if you ask everybody, here when it comes to the Oilers this evening, in terms of who you'd rather have, would you rather have Adam Henrique or would you rather have Ryan McLeod in the lineup? It'll be very, very simple to say, yeah, I'd rather have Adam Henrique. We paid a first-round draft pick for him. I'd much rather have Adam Henrique in the lineup. Mick, welcome aboard. Brian, welcome in. Everybody getting their score predictions. Well, only 2 folks, Mick and Crozier, getting their score predictions in there. Addo, welcome in, cheering for the Oilers as well as we get set up for this evening's game. Adam Henrique returns to the lineup after missing the last 7 games. You might as well say the last several, because that game he played in Vancouver, he might as well have been a ghost out there. Really unimpactful. Really shouldn't have played a hockey game, as the Oilers really didn't do much at all with Adam Henrique in the lineup that night. So we'll see if Henrique's good to go this evening, banging the body crash, and he's had 15 points in 34 career playoff games. Again, like I said, if you're asking who'd you rather have, no matter what the game is, no matter what the series is, Henrique, McLeod, I think all Oilers fans, all hockey fans would much rather Mr. Adam Henrique in there, especially for Oilers fans, given the acquisition price we paid for him. So looking forward to seeing Adam Henrique getting the job done here tonight for us. David, welcome aboard. Yeah, let's see what the Dallas Stars have in store for us tonight. Obviously, for the Oilers, you're still intact to try and get the Stars out in 5, although the consensus of 6 is a lot more likely, I think, for both the Oilers and Stars, no matter who wins this series. As Mr. Mann, welcome aboard as well. As yeah, Kevin's got the stats there on Ryan McLeod, 0.1 versus 0.5. I've got my answer. The Oilers averaging 3.57 goals per game in these playoffs, 2.71 goals against. The Dallas Stars, 2.87 goals per game and 2.33 goals against. So some tough numbers there. If you're the Oilers, obviously you're just hoping to outscore Dallas. But outscoring Dallas when they're giving up 2.5 goals per game, going to be a tough situation. And 24.3% on the power play for Dallas. They can still hurt you if that power play or penalty kill at all falters with Adam Henrique in the lineup. That said, I will still stick to after it 2 games in this series. If the Oilers maintain a 90+ penalty kill percentage in this series, they will win no problem at all. So yeah, that is kind of where I'm looking at things tonight. The Edmonton Oilers have a lot going their way, and they just need to keep it going that way. So yeah, well, trying to line up some folks for some ball tournaments here this week, well, next weekend in Crossfield as we go back for Pete Night Days, the first big tourney of the year, right? The Icebreakers kind of always, it might happen, might not happen, whereas Pete Night Days is the big tournament in Crossfield every single year. I know there's usually a couple other ones. There's the Skins tournament, all that, but this year it will be the Pete Night Days, the big spectacle down there in Crossfield at the Crossfield Ball Diamonds. But the Edmonton Oilers, obviously some costly mistakes they're showing here in the games against Dallas, that being Ryan McLeod's line, the third line kind of turning it over there as Derek Ryan kind of got outworked along the boards. And then the Dallas Stars were able to score some goals here. As Derek Ryan, I think this is the play that I'm saying that I thought Derek Ryan should have been benched for, but as well you've got Mr. Ryan McLeod kind of getting out of the way of a lane shot, and then Vinny Desharnais, instead of staying in front of the net, kind of pushes the man to the outside, and the puck bounces off the man to the outside of the net. So there's been a couple of things here in this series for the Oilers that they do need to clean up to some extent, and obviously that's where you're going to see the line changes. Bringing in an Adam Henrique versus a Ryan McLeod should be one of those changes that really allows the Oilers to hopefully make some positive impacts for them. And this is where it is as well. Alan mentioning here for the fourth line. How big was the fourth line the last games? They deserve the respect, Alan's saying. Well, I'll tell you, friends, the one storyline that just doesn't go away in oil country here over the past 2 days is the fact that you could not take anyone out of that fourth line. Connor Brown with goals. Sam Carrick's been hitting and creating chances. You've got as well a guy like Matthias Janmark, who's your Swiss Army knife for the Oilers, right? He's a guy who goes out there and he can get the body laid and he can drop kind of the gloves, not necessarily all the time, but he throws a little bit of hands in the scrums. He's a feisty guy on the ice, right? He'll fight for the puck, but he's also a guy too who really finds a way to create some offense. He's a playoff performer over the course of his career, and at the same rate too, he's a guy who really works in small minutes. That's a tough test, is if you can find guys that work in small minutes. It's a big moment when you're in the playoffs. So that's where, I mean, if Janmark's playing 9 minutes a night and he's giving you an exceptional 9 minutes, and you got Ryan McLeod playing 14 and giving you pretty much nothing, the change has to be made there instead of on the fourth line. And I'm glad to see, again, it's been credited, the balls, right, from, and there's no other way to put that, right? I'm sorry for those of you watching back home with young children or whatever the case might be. It's not normally a term you hear on the Dolynny TV live streams, but the balls on Chris Knobloch to do that move, quite simply put, is absolutely incredible, given the fact that we've already seen him bench Skinner for Picard. We've already seen him kind of make some other tough judgment calls, right? Putting Dylan Holloway in the top 6. You've seen him put together Draisaitl and McDavid, take heat for it, and then end it as soon as it's not working, not when pressure bent. So it's a whole bunch of craziness, I guess you could say, for the Oilers from the coaching staff that I just don't think any coach, yeah, you know what, Dave Tippett might have made some hard decisions, Jay Woodcroft might have made some hard decisions, but I don't think I've seen a coach make these. Todd McClellan, I mean, in the playoffs in 17, what hard decisions did he make? I don't think we've seen a coach make these hard decisions like Chris Knobloch has and then succeed and continue on in the playoffs as we have since MAC-T in 05-06. So that's where I'm really taking the positives here for the Oilers in terms of what this lineup's looking like and how Chris Knobloch's running the bench. And I mean, for a rookie head coach too, you got to remember he's making these decisions on the fly in an NHL playoffs where he came in mid-season. So all the credit there to Chris for what he's done so far this evening. As the game, Innocent, starts at 6:30 p.m. About 6:45 we'll get puck drop. So we're at 6:11 right now. So we're rolling along here on the pregame show about live for 15 minutes thus far as we continue to see Kyle Bukauskas line up with Leon Draisaitl, who's starting to get that big-time beard going. And I mean, we've seen Dry with a beard before, but we've also seen Connor with a beard. And the beards we see with Connor and Leon right now are starting to get well beyond what we have been used to with those two as players on our team. So, Mr. Farrakhan, who's scoring first? You've got Draisaitl. I think Draisaitl on the power play would be an absolute perfect choice. I think, too, seeing a guy on that fourth line or third line get involved first would be pretty prime actually, primo, however you want to say it. As well, I think too for the Oilers, anyone scoring first would be a positive for this hockey team this evening. So, this is absolutely been a fantastically coached playoffs from Chris Knobloch. Not in the sense that everything's perfect, but in the sense that when Chris Knobloch gets beat, or when Chris Knobloch makes a mistake like he did with the poor pull of Stuart Skinner in game number 2, you will watch him rebound. You will see him retool his toolbox here for game 3, and he will find a way to beat you because of it. And I mean, game 2 shot blocks too. 22 for Dallas, 9 for the Oilers. The offense is there. You just got to get it through and get it past Jake Ottinger, and you are going to bet you that I'm sure somebody like Chris Knobloch, Paul Coffey, Glenn Gulletson has analyzed the data, analyzed the video, and said, here's how we're going to do it in game number 3. So, that's where we go back to the chat. Mr. Doom, welcome aboard. Talking about the beard, I'm hoping the beard lasts a little longer too. Of course, for those of you watching back home, I've mentioned it quite a bit over the past week. I told everybody I'm not trimming the mustache at all. Whatever it does, it is going to do what it does. Today, having burgers at work, I was actually chewing on my mustache to the point that felt like it was ripping hairs out of my lips. So we're at that point of the playoffs, and I mean, I can be upset about that, or I can be grateful that we have made it all the way to game 3 of the Western Conference Finals so far. That's pretty incredible at this point. So looking forward to seeing how much longer we can go. Obviously, at least guaranteed another 3 games, including tonight. Beyond that, nothing else guaranteed, but the Oilers another 4 games if they can win the next 3 in a row, 3 out of 4, 3 out of 5. You know what, we could get another guaranteed 4 after that. So looking forward to seeing where we go with the beard from there. As William, welcome aboard as well. The Oilers lining up for a good attempt to try and get this game number 3 a victory. They're talking about McDavid's 5-on-5 stats in game number 2. It was kind of one of those weird tales for Connor McDavid. A lot of offense, a lot of shot opportunities, outshot attempted, outshot, but just didn't get the offense for the Oilers with the top line out there. So I know with the Oilers, the top line's not usually denied twice in a row. So I would assume Connor McDavid this evening, whether he finds the back of the net or whether it's somebody else on that top line assisted by Connor McDavid, I'm going to assume Connor McDavid's going to help you find a way to win this game this evening. Tim, welcome aboard. Matt as well, and we got CW here talking about Mr. Adam Henrique. Adam Henrique bringing home a goal tonight. That would be a huge plus for the Oilers, a huge boost as well. If Adam Henrique could find a way to get the goals going for the Oilers this evening, that would be a big time difference. Of course, adding him in the lineup in place of Ryan McLeod, and all of a sudden you're getting offense out of that guy that comes in. That would be massive for the Edmonton Oilers this evening if that ends up playing out. But again, it comes down to kind of what the Dallas Stars allow you and how much work you put into it. So, this is going to be a very interesting game this evening in terms of just how well the Oilers really take the home ice advantage, right? I think you're watching here a whole bunch of highlights, of course, over the past 2 games, kind of some mistakes the Dallas Stars have fed off of, but also some of the stuff the Dallas Stars have done right, just in terms of creating chances and scoring goals. So, yeah, we'll see where the Oilers can take advantage of the Stars tonight and really try and push pace this evening against a team that has kind of had our number so far in these playoffs, even though they're not beating us down bad. It's just a matter of 2 very good matched teams that have given us some very good hockey through 2 hockey games. I mean, Jake Ottinger, 9 wins, 6 losses, 2.04 goals against average, and a .922 save percentage these playoffs. Those are pretty good numbers. Stuart Skinner, 8-4, 265 goals against average, which if you're asking me, is that good enough to win playoff games if you're the Edmonton Oilers? 265 all day, 890 save percentage. That's the problem, right? If Stuart Skinner's allowing 3 goals on 40 shots, you got nothing to worry about. If he's allowing 4 goals on 17, you got a big problem. So we'll see what happens. But I think tonight as well, one thing you'll want to see as an Oilers fan, I know we're talking about Draisaitl, McDavid, whole bunch of other folks on the Oilers roster tonight. Zach Hyman getting one in front would be a big, big boost. I think if you're going to see the Oilers power play get a couple cracks, you need to try and find a way to have Hyman bang one home, because I think it's been a couple games for Hyman, and you just need to see him get a big time goal, because this Oilers team desperately needs kind of all the right parts of their team going for them this evening. And what you would assume is, if that includes Zach Hyman, the Oilers have a pretty good shot at doing some damage here. So, Sukhjit, is Rupe Hintz playing tonight? As far as everything on the broadcast here for Hockey Night in Canada, Sportsnet, whatever you call it nowadays, as far as everything is saying, yes, it is going to be Rupe Hintz back in the lineup for the Dallas Stars. So we'll see how that takes care of. And we also have got Matt making sure everybody knows the game is on TNT down in the States. Yes, indeed. And as well, let's go here to Alan saying, how is the Oilers' defensive style benefiting Skinner, and how can the defense help in the offensive zone? Honestly, Alan, when it comes to that stuff, I'm no hockey tactician, but I'll tell you the biggest thing is for the Oilers' defense, the more shots you get in front of with Stuart Skinner in net, the better off Stuart Skinner is going to play. He really thrives on, you know what, get in the lanes, he'll fight around you, and if you block the shot, it kind of allows the team to go back the other way with some of the speedsters we have in the lineup. So kind of the biggest thing the defense can do is get in front of shots for Skinner, kind of calm down the pressure in front of Skinner, and then really go out there and deliver big moments offensively thanks to that kind of play. So that's more of maybe a penalty kill thing, but also more of, again, if you're set up breaking down in the zone, kind of getting beat up on the cycle, you just break it up by blocking a shot, flip it out to center, and maybe some fresh legs can get you going back the other way. So, yeah. That is where we are at this evening, friends. Kind of getting things underway here on the live stream this evening. If you're just tuning in, thanks for being aboard this evening. I do want to say we are closing in on 16,000 subscribers here on the channel. We're at 15,998, so there is an opportunity here to hit that 16,000 mark very, very well this evening. So again, if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. There will be live play-by-play here on the stream once we get to it. Again, it's just me doing it, but at the end of the day, not much else to really be able to do it this evening. So, well, good evening. Where is Matt? Of course, for those of you watching back home that have tuned into the previous several streams outside of the game on Saturday night, Matt's been joining us for the later half of Vancouver in the first game of Dallas. Tonight, just some stuff going on here at home that literally I got this stream up 10 minutes before, and I'm just not able to get Matt in tonight given some of the other stuff going on. I got some work being done upstairs and stuff like that, so kind of the situation with the house is just not quite right to have Matt here tonight, so we'll get things going at a later date, right? I'd kind of given a guy 10 minutes notice when it's like, hey, I think I can get you aboard. And then it's like, oh, wait, I'm going to actually have to say no tonight. So we'll get Matt back aboard here, hopefully for Wednesday. I'm targeting that. Like I said, we got a ball game down there in Crossfield, do the Pirates on Wednesday. But yours truly will be here in the chair, ready to bring you the call of Game 4, as is the case. So Salinas is saying the winner of tonight's game wins the series. Well, here's the thing. For the Oilers, you really make this job easy if you're going to win this series in 6 if you win tonight. Right now, you've got the ball in your court. Whether you win tonight, you win the next game, and then you lose and come back home and win the series, sure. Whether you split and then go to Dallas, win, and then bring it home and ride the momentum. Whatever the case might be for the Oilers, you win tonight, Game 6 victory of this series gets much, much easier. And that's what I'm looking forward to seeing from the Oilers this evening. So we'll see where it is, as this will take us to a shot of the Ice District Plaza's a couple of different shots. They got multicam action on that thing nowadays. But again, tonight, friends, as well, we kind of had a little bit of a struggle there on the live stream last time out. Really, I was under the weather and just not having a good one at all. But just to say right now as we go here, I want to make sure we check off where we finished up last live stream. 734 hours watched, so we're looking to try and beat that out here this evening. And obviously right now at 866 times 3.033, we're already up over 43 hours watched, so we're on our way to a successful pre-game live stream portion. As Justin, Margaret, welcome aboard. Glad to have everybody in here this evening, as Bane's in here as well. And Donald missed you there. So we're getting things rolling here towards puck drop. Puck drop, like I said, around 6:45, somewhere in there. Skinner and Ottinger in net again. I know I had speculated yesterday that maybe the Oilers go to Picard to give Skinner a day and get him in Game 4 and try and close out this series. That is not the case. We're going to try and ride Skinner through, which is not a bad option either. And obviously for the Oilers, 3-2 against the Stars in Game 1, 3-1 against the Stars in Game 2, but that time 3-1 for the Stars. So keep in mind, we'll see where the Oilers take tonight's game, but I'm expecting this evening for the Oilers that it should be a good hockey game in terms of really bringing home that home ice advantage, right? Tonight's Ben's birthday, so we know we want to try and win for that to play La Bomba at the end of the game. You know as well, the Oilers coming home with a split. That's a big time victory in terms of everything when it's considered. So I assume tonight the Oilers are going to look for all the positives that are lining up for them and try to take advantage of all that in one foul swoop. But again, tonight we'll also have a post-game show. I was just kind of, I was done. I was under the weather on Saturday and kind of just needed a whole Sunday to sleep, basically. It was kind of a tough weekend, obviously. I was beat up, and kind of the exhaustion from the week before caught up. So now all of a sudden, getting a good sleep in last night, getting a good sleep in throughout the weekend kind of helped out. And now we'll see where we go this evening. But Trevor, welcome aboard. Rez, welcome in as well. And Daniel, welcome aboard. But any thoughts on the La Bamba incident? I'll tell you about that, right? That's again, I think the Dallas Stars DJ has quite good grounds. There is history of him doing that for other teams, so having that happen is not going to upset me too much at all overall. But I think what you're going to see for the Oilers tonight is a really good response in terms of that. You don't want to kind of have an away DJ poking a little fun at you, and especially with La Bomba holding such value to Oilers fans. The response, right, that sweetness of playing it here at home after a victory tonight, I think that's a little just, you talk about little things of motivation throughout the playoffs, right? Guys in documentaries over the years always talk about, oh, when they did this, that kind of lit the room up a little bit, right? Well, tonight, I think you're going to see the Oilers kind of use a little bit of that. Not even saying that it was malicious by the Dallas Stars or the Stars DJ, but it's just one of those things where during the course of a playoffs kind of lights that fire underneath the other team. And I think tonight, thankfully, we get to watch our team have that fire lit under them. So that's where we'll see it. As Smurfy, welcome aboard as well, as Freddie, welcome in and here. So we get things going towards puck drop this evening. 6:25 now on the clock. We're about 20 minutes away from dropping the puck officially this evening, so we're closing in on puck drop time in a matter of moments. Again, friends, also, if you haven't hit that like button yet on the stream, make sure to do that this evening. And other than that, there's really not much to mention other than tonight. The Oilers, I think the biggest key to victory is scoring a ton of goals. I don't care how many goals you give up, but you've got to score a ton or else you're going to have a problem when it comes to winning tonight's hockey game. The Dallas Stars aren't going to necessarily outscore you, but they're going to stalemate you all the way home. So you got to be able to outdo them this evening in terms of goal scoring, and if you do that, we're going to have a pretty good situation all told, as Gene Principe outside in the moss pit, bringing us home here on the broadcast. We are just about to flip over to the game portion, I guess you could say, on Hockey Night in Canada as we get set up for tonight's hockey game. Henrique draws in down the middle with Foegele and Brown. So there are two lineup changes. Derek Ryan and Connor Brown flip-flop positions in the lineup. That's fair, right? Derek Ryan seeing about 2 minutes less of ice time this evening might be a key to keeping him a little fresh, like I speculated, maybe scratching him in favor of Henrique. But Connor Brown getting the reward for getting the goal, driving the net, and obviously doing a lot of good things in that first two games of this series against the Dallas Stars. So, Monte, welcome aboard. And as well, we're seeing the Edmonton Oilers get going here against Roope Hintz, who is officially in the lineup. He will draw in the middle with Robertson and Sagan. So the lineup gets that much deeper for the Dallas Stars. Johnston, Stankov, and Ben, Dadonov, Steele, and Smith, Pavelski, Duchesne, Marchment. So there's a ton of dangerous weapons in this Dallas Stars offense. That said, you get on the body. You kind of also go out there and just outspeed them, but make them play your game the proper way, right? Don't cheat for the offense like the Oilers are sometimes guilty of tonight. Really just dedicate yourself to doing the right things. Play with speed, dictate the game physically, and you'll probably end up winning this evening's game. And Mista, am I going to be showing the live feed? For those of you watching back home wondering if I will be able to show the live feed, unfortunately I can't. Basically, with the live feed, it's copyright material of the NHL. If I show the live feed, I lose the channel. That's pretty much how the agreement between myself and the NHL for what I do here regularly works. So let's not go there. Let's not risk that. And let's not worry about it, as we'll go towards tonight's hockey game with me doing your play-by-play and color this evening as we get this hockey game underway in a matter of about 20 minutes, I guess you could say. Now up at 64 hours watched. So we continue along here tonight, friends, into towards the broadcast portion. Again, if you're just tuning in, Stuart Skinner and, of course, as well, Jake Ottinger taking the crease for both teams this evening. It will be interesting to see if the Oilers can keep up the good goaltending and keep the good defense going and keep these games right where they are. All told, right, there's been a grand total of five goals scored in the series for the Dallas Stars and 4 for the Oilers. So you got to assume it's going to play out rather nice, one might think, as if the Oilers can find a way to score some big goals. Sorry, just lost my commercials there for a brief moment. But yeah, the Edmonton Oilers, Edmonton Oilers have to see what they can do to really play their game and not get burned defensively when trying to get some offense going. I guess that's the big question. If the Oilers can really push the envelope tonight on home ice, I think we get a pretty good result for it. So see where we end up. This Edmonton Oilers game will obviously get underway here in about 15 minutes or so, right? I think 6:30 has been the game time, and then obviously 6:45 will be puck drop. As unfortunately here, I'm just checking in the background here, seeing a ton of people tune in accidentally to the old streams from Game 1 against Dallas, Game 2 against Dallas, and the previous streams against Vancouver. So that's where I think we're missing a ton of people here this evening. Everybody accidentally tuning into the wrong parts. But yeah, friends, this is where we find ourselves, just about to flip over to on Sportsnet, the broadcast edition of the hockey game, and we'll see where we go. But yeah, right now, I think, like I'm saying, right out of the gate for the Oilers tonight, adding Adam Henrique in the lineup is absolutely massive. Adding, obviously, a different element with Connor Brown, Henrique, and Foegele as your third line, as opposed to Foegele, Ryan, and McLeod as your third line. That's huge, right? That was a line that had success last playoffs, but tonight, and as the playoffs have worn on, that has lost its effectiveness this year. So good on the Oilers to, again, make some changes and try and figure out some different answers to some problems they're seeing here in the lineup. So we'll see where this goes. But for the Oilers, let's go ahead and welcome aboard, and yeah, we'll see what the Oilers can do this evening as we continue on in this evening's hockey game. But yeah, it's going to be, I mean, home ice advantage for the Oilers. That's where I'm really thinking the Oilers come to play tonight, is really try and do something the right way because, yeah, I mean, you go out there and win. You go out there and win this evening, you're gonna have yourself a good series lining up the rest of the way home. They've got the video playing here for the early part of this evening's game. Obviously, Sloan, Money City Maniacs is the song leading us in this evening. That's always a good little banger to get us going this evening. I wish I could play that for you, as the Oilers and Stars will get underway here in about 15 minutes or so, as they got everybody going through the motions here on the pregame intro. Obviously showing a lot of Stuart Skinner, a little bit of banjo guy. There's a little Jamie Bennett center ice, and really not much game action so far because it's kind of hard to show off the goals in this series. There's only been 5 for Dallas and 4 for the Oilers so far through 2 games. It's kind of a different direction. But yes, getting the text messages in now again here as we go. But yeah, the Oilers obviously just moments away from getting underway this evening and trying to really dictate this series as we go late into it now, right? We're about midway into the series now that Game 3 is starting. We've gotten through the first set of home games, and now the Oilers trying to respond here in the next few against Dallas. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the Oilers come through with a Game 3 victory that kind of sets up a big series the rest of the way home for the Oilers. Again, like I said earlier, you go out there and win Game 3, that makes winning in 6 so much easier, right? Instead of having to win 4, 5, 6 in a row, you can go out there, lose 4 or 5, win 4 or 5, and then win 6, and the job is done. Gage, welcome aboard. And what are playoff tickets going for, Ellen? I'm seeing about $400 a ticket right now for the Upper Bowl, Extreme Upper Bowl in Rogers Place. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the Cup Final tickets are going for. I know I've got my price range picked out for the Cup Final, and looking forward to hopefully getting up there for Game 6 if the Oilers are lucky enough to advance to the Cup Final against whoever from the East, if we are lucky enough to get there, like I'm saying. So we continue along here on the pregame portion, friends. We are inside the actual broadcast portion of tonight's hockey game now. And as we look at this right here, we're lining up 80.72 hours on the stream this evening. So we're rolling along. Give me just a brief moment. I'm going to run upstairs quick, grab the water bottle, and we'll get to this play-by-play portion in just a sec. Stay tuned. And you know, there was a change I actually planned on making this week. Something that I haven't done in a little while, given the fact that there was a couple of things I wanted to take care of. But this evening, obviously not wearing any jerseys over the past little bit, so I do want to make sure I take care of that this evening. So we will go over here and get this Connor McDavid off. We're hoping for a big game from Connor this evening, so we'll get the stuff taken care of here. Get the Connor McDavid jersey on and go for a big game from our captain this evening, as the Oilers look forward to trying to take, like I said, a 2-1 series lead that sets up winning in 6 a much, much better. So here we go, friends. Let's throw the jersey on. Let's get the old Captain C on there, and we'll see what we get going here for the Oilers this evening against the Dallas Stars, as Stu Skinner comes down the tunnel for us this evening. Oilers jersey is on. Activate the orange. Let's do the job. Let's go Oilers and get this going this evening. I didn't even have time to do my hair this evening, but either way, these Edmonton Oilers are ready to play hockey, and I need a drink of water. Gage, welcome aboard. If I missed you a moment ago, as yeah, that is where we're at. The Oilers obviously looking forward to getting things going this evening. My apologies again for those of you watching back home that wonder, hey, why the heck doesn't Tyson wear a jersey on stream? I've had kind of a playoff rotation, and kind of losing to Dallas in Game 2 has now set things up to pretty much hopefully go jersey the rest of the way home. So looking forward to seeing if we can make that happen here on live streams throughout the playoffs the rest of the way home. So we should be good and set up for tonight's game. William, welcome aboard, and as well Yeah, we are getting things going. Yeah, this is where we're at. William's saying the Oilers have a 76.6% chance of winning the conference final. Well, let's not get ahead too far of ourselves, but Crozier as well cheering on the Oilers this evening as Rob Clark gets the interview with Kyle Bukauskas in the crowd this evening as he gets set up to take home the anthems for both teams. This is the first time I think the Oilers have ever interviewed Rob, or the broadcast has ever interviewed Rob Clark on the actual live feed, but good to see him out there obviously bringing home the crowd tonight for this evening's game as the Oilers are set up to do the anthems here in a brief few moments, and then all of a sudden we'll be up and underway for this evening's hockey game, ready to rock and roll in a matter of a few minutes here on the broadcast as Rob Clark in the spotlight comes on in. Camera trying to get out of the crowd here. They're kind of trapped in there, and they're going to cut away from that shot. That's a little mistake right there by the broadcast. Jamie Benn on home soil, obviously. And there you have it, David, as well, I guess, forgetting to mention this evening, happy Memorial Day to those of you down south. Obviously a big day down there in the States, and glad you hopefully got to take some time to get that going. As Dennis is asking what the score is this evening. Well, this evening it's 0-0. We're waiting to get things going as we've got Chief Willie Littlechild taking us through the pregame land acknowledgement, and then we will get the anthems going here at Rogers Place, and then this Edmonton Oilers game is set to fire up for a big time game. Again, friends, if you haven't already hit that like button, make sure to do that here. Just about to cross 50 likes on the stream, and then we are ready to rip and roll for tonight's hockey game as we go back now for the U.S. national anthem. Rob Clark comes over the crowd once more, ready to bring us home on this broadcast portion in the pregame edition from the crowd seats up there in the big section, as he's got the fans with the face paint that Hunter's making famous this year. Old claw marks, the orange, blue, and white. As there we go, we've got the fans, everybody singing along for the ride. Rob Clark will bring home the first few lines of O Canada in a matter of moments. Then the crowd will bring us home for the pregame edition, and then away we go with this evening's hockey game. Game 3, Dallas-Edmonton here in the Western Conference Final, lining up for the Stanley Cup Final, whichever two of these teams go. Hello, buddy. Do you want up already? You're already coming up to say hi. All right, come on up, bud. As the little kitty makes his appearance here as well as this Edmonton Oilers team dancing at the blue line, waiting to get going. Connor McDavid shuffling his boots, ready to rock and roll for a big hockey game this evening against the Dallas Stars. Of course, wearing the Connor McDavid old safety orange jersey as we are just about set for Oilers hockey tonight. Again, a reminder, if you're just tuning in, it's Stuart Skinner against Jake Ottinger, your starting goaltenders this evening. So keep that in mind as both teams look to try and get this job done here this evening. As Game 3, the winner that goes on to grab this game is going to have a pretty good chance to close this thing out, all told. That is for sure. So here we go. The Canadian National Anthem, O Canada, now playing inside Rogers Place. A couple of fans with the old Reebok jerseys in the stands as well. So we bring home the anthem here this evening. As yes, indeed, some fans with some Oilers face paint as well as they get going here inside the building for the Canadian anthem right now, as somebody's got the Heritage Classic Connor McDavid jersey on. Kyle Bukauskas in the stands singing the anthem as well. This is a whole Canadian effort here by everybody in the crowd. I love to see it. As Jonas, welcome aboard. Medusa, welcome in as well. And Stan in guard, absolutely big time anthem here from the home crowd. And one thing we've been missing down there in Dallas is the rip-roaring sound of the crowd for the Oilers faithful, bringing home O Canada prior to the puck drop here in Edmonton this evening. So, Ryan, welcome aboard, and as we go here. Yeah, I've already got Buddy texting me, you're streaming, I can't handle tonight's game. As, yeah, no, that's not what he's saying, you just can't call me. But, yeah, the Edmonton Oilers obviously ready to get to action here as the home crowd erupts in a roar. And here we go, just like that, the series officially shifts to Edmonton for game number 3 against the Dallas Stars. This evening we'll see what the Oilers can go here against the Stars. But first, we'll have the opening lineups by the looks of it. We have the camera pan over to the crowd there from behind the net. Rupe Hintz is our first player on the ice that we pan to. He is on the ice ready to go for this evening's action. As, yes, indeed, we've got everybody messaging now as we get lined up for tonight's game. Kitty, you cannot scratch the Oilers logo. That is the one rule as this one gets going here. As Adam Henrique on the bench will start this game in the Oilers lineup for the first time in 7 games or whatever it's been since he's been out of the lineup. And for the Dallas Stars, that'll be a wrinkle they haven't seen or had to contend with. Bouchard off the opening draw. It's fired into the Dallas zone down to Jake Ottinger left there, and it's fired along the boards by Heiskanen. Nugent Hopkins chased in after the puck, and Heiskanen there to the far side as it goes batting into the Dallas zone. We're underway here in Edmonton as the puck's flipped out to neutral by the Oilers, and they'll be picked up there at the blue line by Dallas, but it looks like we will have an offside here to start this hockey game. Hintz on the ice looking to take the draw here. He'll be lining up actually on the wing, so I'm not sure if he's not fully ready to go and they kind of just saving him on the wing, or they got somebody else to take the face off here. As the draw just outside the Dallas zone as Tyler Seguin is waved out. Rupe Hintz quickly comes in against Connor McDavid. We're only 19 seconds in. Hintz wins the face-off back. Near side pass for Harley. Rips it inside the Oilers zone. Tapping along the wall there. Nice play by Ekholm to stick with it. The Oilers trying to make a quick breakout pass. Here's Nugent Hopkins over to Bouchard. Jogging in and then just tapping across the Dallas line. Down low into the Dallas zone, tipped out of the zone all the way back into the Oilers' end. Here comes Ekholm battling along Robertson. Robertson trying to come up with this puck. The Oilers still in battle there. Ekholm sees it tapped along the wall, and the Oilers will come back the other way now. Here's Foegele and Brown in flight across the Dallas zone as it comes to behind the net, picked up by Lindell. The pace definitely moving out there as the Stars quickly across center. Their shot ripped wide of the net. Rebound to the near side. Stuart Skinner thought that died behind the net, trying to look for it there, but it was on the near side. The Oilers across the line. The shot passed over to the middle as Foegele gets pushed off the puck, trying to cut the middle. And Henrique with a little area pass there right on the tape of Foegele, who tipped it into Ottinger. And the save made and the cover up to freeze the puck with 18:49 to go in this first period of play. I'm getting ahead of myself now. But 7 games missed for Henrique due to injury, and right there already just creating a chance on net. You like to see that as the faceoff will be down inside the Dallas zone. Picked up off the draw by Kane, stolen away by Drysdale as it was turned over to the Stars. Nurse turns the puck over at the blue line, 3-on-2, 3-on-3 back the other way, goes across the line. Duchesne spins around, the shot pass to the middle, goes off the skate of Nurse. And the Oilers avoid disaster as Kane loads up through the middle off the skates. Now Holloway across right down Main Street. Shot, rebound. Holloway couldn't jam it home on the secondary opportunity as Kane just fought that one through traffic and got it towards the net. Firing now into the far side corner. Bouchard over to the near side. Picked up by the Oilers, backhanding in the middle of the ice. Knocking it down there is Kane, chopping across the Dallas line. Now getting a chance on an extra bounce right onto the tape. Here's McDavid, a shot fired, save made. Bouchard on the rebound, drifts it down to Connor again. Connor fires the shot, scores! The Oilers in the blue paint off of Zach Hyman just as you drew it up. Score the goal to make it 1-0, a bounce right there. With 17:58 left in the first period, the Oilers find a way to score the opening goal of this game off a nice high chest bounce off of Zach Hyman. I was talking about it in the pregame. The Oilers needed to find a way to get that bounce in front. They do off of Zach Hyman, and away they go. So there you have it. The Oilers spun around there, and that was just a nice shot for the Oilers by Connor McDavid. And then Bouchard got it back down to McDavid. He fired the shot right in off of Zach Hyman. Maybe not as high chest as I thought. Maybe off the high chest right there. I don't know, but just a perfectly parked shot there by Hyman as it comes in right off him, right into the back of the net. That is a way to use the body. The 13th goal of the playoffs for Zach Hyman. The Oilers' fourth line immediately attack here. McDavid with his 21st assist. Bouchard with his 17th. And just like that, I was saying it needed to be a big game for one Zach Hyman, while the Oilers now back the other way across the line. Can't get combobulated through the neutral zone. And it comes now back for Ottinger, who will leave it right there for Matthias Janmark. First one to it along the wall as Sam Carrick tries to battle this one off the boards back into possession. Couldn't do it, and the Stars will flip deep into the Oilers' end the Oilers so far to the attack here in this first period in the first 2.5 with the goal, 3-0 the shots as well. As it's going to be flipped up along the glass, and it will go for not an icing call. I don't know what that hit along the way. No, they are going to rule it an icing goal or icing. So you're saying it's a McDavid goal there, Epiphany. I don't know. I think that definitely hit Hyman, but let's see here. Yeah, that definitely hit Hyman in the actual hip. So we'll see. We'll see what the Oilers kind of get figured out there as Zach Hyman's talking that one over with the iPad on the bench. Yeah, I definitely got that one right. I definitely got that one. As Sam Carrick's going to go for the face-off inside his own zone. The Oilers so far holding Dallas shotless through the first 2 minutes and 49 seconds of the first period. Face-off just about ready to get underway here inside the Dallas Oilers zone. Picked up by the Oilers. Firing down the boards into Dallas territory as Heiskanen will backhand along the wall in front of the bench. The Oilers quickly trying to swarm to get the turnover. Holloway in on defense there, trying to get the forecheck going. But the Dallas Stars turn them back, and that's flipped in this time by Tyler Seguin, battling along the wall. That is Desharnais. The Oilers definitely look like the hungrier team here so far through the first about 3 minutes of this game, though Dallas gets the turnover and ultimately flip it past their own blue liners back to Jake Ottinger inside their own zone. Heiskanen to the far side, tapping it off the wall into the Oilers' end, icing. And that is about as clean of a first 3.5 you're going to watch the Oilers play all playoffs. And so far the Dallas Stars have a 2-0 record in Game 3. So at some point, either the Oilers' record after four losses in the playoffs, the Oilers have won all 4 games following, while the Stars are, 2-0 in Game 3 in these playoffs. So something has to change here in this one. As this is in behind the net right now as Nugent Hopkins picks it up back to the blue line. Shot loads up from Bouchard, on Ottinger as it comes into the near side corner along the wall. That's a player taken down, and the Dallas Stars can't believe they took that penalty. Petrovic immediately heads to the penalty box. Honestly, if you were asking my opinion to that one, I'd tell you Connor dove. That's definitely what that looked like to me, but Petrovic will go sit in the box, as I don't know if something right there is the stick kind of up. Yeah, I get it, but I really don't think that was so much right there. Connor was cutting, and I really don't know how much that stick. Connor just kind of dragged the foot, it looked like. I'm not saying Connor's a diver, but that was quite a performance there to go down on that one by Connor McDavid. It's the face-off. One back by the Dallas Stars, battling along the end wall here. Both teams trying to come up with this puck. Draisaitl unable to keep it in, and it'll be fired down as the Oilers power play. 1 for 13 over their last 5 games. Power play goal here would be absolutely massive. You've already got Zach Hyman on the board. Why not Draisaitl? As he loads up now, Connor McDavid through the neutral zone, dancing to the outside, pushed there by Dallas, ripped around the boards by Tanev, stopped by Bouchard, kept in the neutral zone as the 34.9% ranked power play here for the Oilers desperately needs a goal for some reason early on in this series against Dallas, who only has a 72.4% penalty kill ratio in this one as it's flipped down the ice into the Edmonton Oilers zone, picked up by Bouchard, as this one will be left back now for Draisaitl. Draisaitl across the line, cutting into the zone, back to the blue line. That's going to load up McDavid. Draisaitl, a one-timer glove hand save by Ottinger, and that is about as big of a save as you're going to see from one Jake Ottinger in this game. Remember that one when the Dallas Stars find a way to make it 1-1 if they do, as that's a huge diving effort there by Ottinger to get across on that play and obviously keep it just 1-0, as that was massive from the Dallas Stars goaltender. And now all of a sudden you have only 59 seconds left in the power play if you're the Edmonton Oilers, and you got to get something going here, as this will be a face-off now for Draisaitl. Inside his own zone, it'll be inside the Stars zone, sorry. I got my zones confused up today, I don't know why. 15-14 to go in this first period of play. Connor McDavid now comes in for the draw against Jamie Benn. Benn will see it scrambled up more or less as the Oilers try and group it up off the face-off to the far side now against Tanev. The Oilers collect in the neutral zone. Draisaitl looking for a passing option. He's going to look over to the far side for McDavid over to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins spins. McDavid tries to control into the corner. He does. Turns it over to Tanev. Battling along the wall. Nuge back to the blue line for Bouchard. Bouchard over to Draisaitl. Draisaitl back down low, right in front. Now Draisaitl again. Bouchard steps into it, but instead chooses to pass off. McDavid, the shot. Rebound comes off of Ottinger. That's kind of been the MO in these playoffs as well. Ottinger's had some shaky covers on the puck. Instead, though, Dallas is able to chip out down into the Edmonton Oilers zone. Skinner, with 13 seconds to go on the power play, plays the puck near side. He'll load up Henrique. How important would a Henrique goal be? Here's the puck, goes to the far side. Kane across the line, tries to keep it on. That's going to be a nice play for the Oilers to keep it in the zone. That's about it as it's banged off the glass and down into the Edmonton Oilers end. Across the line, Hintz plays it right there. A nice breakup play by Warren Foegele. Gets it over to Kulak. Kulak up along the boards now to Henrique. The crew's still out there following the power play as we have played now 6 minutes in this first period. Near side, the Oilers crash along the wall. Coming up with it at the line. Ceci had it batted off at a stick, and the Dallas Stars transition back. Opportunity, save made for Skinner, and that's a huge stop right there. Stopping the first shot of the game for Dallas after the Oilers ran up 6-0 to begin this hockey game as Zach Hyman tips it in with his hip right there. So there you have it. The Oilers continue to generate things in these playoffs and obviously coming up with big results and big moments, but now they got to hold the lead once more and find a way to add to this lead, or else you're into precarious territory again here in game number 3. But friends, we continue here this evening as we go to check the message from moderator Josh here, as we'll go quickly check to see where he's at. As he's just making sure we're all good in the background of the stream. And yeah, let's quickly check that watch time, shall we? As we're up at 4.45, we're already up over 134 hours. So all told, that 734 very well might fall this evening right out of the gate, as we're at 134 before we're even done the halfway mark of this first period of play. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening. I know for those of you that have been here for most of the playoffs this year and last year, you would know the numbers in the playoffs were a little bit bigger. The crowd was a little bit more bustling. The chat was moving a little faster at times. That said, the NHL is, of course, doing their own live stream version of the hockey games here on YouTube. So kind of tougher that way. We're missing some regulars, I'm sure, but we're also missing some comers and goers of the live stream. So for those of you back home that have chosen to make Dolynny TV your kind of regular home throughout the playoffs, really do appreciate that. Solomon, welcome back in. Trent, welcome aboard again. And yeah, we're rolling here in this hockey game so far at 54 likes on the stream, and really seeing a good effort from the Oilers thus far. I wish I could say more about maybe the physical department or Stuart Skinner, but the Oilers just really controlling the game in terms of getting shots on goal so far in this hockey game. So been a good effort so far, and we'll see if Zach Hyman can continue his trend of scoring early goals against the opposition in this game. We're only now 6 minutes and change into the first period. Scrambled up draw inside the Oilers zone will be redone, and 4 goals, 5 points in the last 5 games for Zach Hyman. So yeah, Josh telling us right now over on the DM saying big game 3 at home. Yep, up 1-0 so far, as it's been a good hockey game thus far for the Edmonton Oilers. A face-off win inside the zone. Oilers now officially credited with 7 shots on net as Dylan Holloway directs down deep into the Stars zone. The Oilers get the turnover high at the point. The Stars, though, Duchesne with the veteran stick able to get it across the line. Now here's down the wing. The shot fired towards Skinner. He scoops it up, makes the save with 13:26 to go on Ryan Suter. And Anna, welcome aboard. And Manifesting, welcome in. And Mark as well. Glad to see you all along for the chat this evening. Epiphany, I'll tell you, this evening, I believe we have already done that, if I'm not mistaken. That is the refresh that's going to show me 15,999 for subscribers. We'll talk about that here in this one, as this will go for a face-off inside the Oilers zone. 13:26. Draw is down behind the line, that being the goal line in the Oilers zone. The Oilers and Stars tie up the sticks and the bodies. That was quite the battle. Oilers were able to come away with it, lift it out to center ice, chopping it down. Matthias Janmark out there with Derek Ryan, and of course Sam Carrick. Pass the middle, Carrick fires it over top of the net just like that. You didn't think that Sam Carrick would have that good of a look at all in the playoffs, and he just ripped that one just wide right over top as the Oilers continue to battle inside the Stars zone, and a pop fly to Jake Ottinger will cover up. And you know how important those shots there by the Oilers' fourth and third lines in these playoffs, getting shots on net and then putting out Connor McDavid and company have been. But that was a good little grind game right there for Sam Carrick. Of course, Derek Ryan and Matthias Janmark getting in on the puck. And good looking opportunity fixation. Thank you so much. And Scott, welcome aboard. Glad to see you make it in. It don't matter when you make it in, so long as you make it in at some point. As the Oilers, again, just like that, get Connor McDavid across the line. Here's Zach Hyman behind the net. Hyman battling, shot fired in front, goes wide of the net. As this comes right in front for Nugent Hopkins. Connor McDavid right back to the puck, though. Here's Ekholm at the point. Ekholm's doing all kinds of just really good moves there at the point, but instead that puck drifted off a body on his shot up and out of play. And that one will be stopped there for the time being. But the Oilers have definitely had some good opportunities. That was just a lazy tip in the middle of the ice there by McDavid. Maybe he meant to do it, maybe he didn't. But good looking opportunity nonetheless in front for the Edmonton Oilers. There's Pete DeBoer on the bench for the Dallas Stars. On looking here, the Oilers continue a top line shift inside the zone. Hyman over looking to the middle. He's going to backhand down into the far side corner. Now forehand shielding over now for Matthias Ekholm, winding around the net. Ekholm pass right in front, doorstep. Oilers score. It's the captain, Connor McDavid, puts us up 2-0 just like that with 12:23 to go in this first period. Oh yeah, you can bet you right there McMullet's fired up. Connor McDavid, Matthias Ekholm, what an absolute beautiful goal right there for the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, you got to love that if you're the Oilers. Thank you so much, Crozier, for the super chat. We will remain commercial free here in this first period. But I got to say, Kenny, Lauren, thank you so much for the support there as well. But the Oilers, what an effort from Zach Hyman. Give and go with Matthias Ekholm right there. And he just winds around the net until Connor McDavid taps it back skate on Jake Ottinger. And that's what I'm talking about. Find those loose pucks in the crease. McDavid finds it, tucks it just inside the post off the skate of Jake Ottinger, and the Oilers go up 2-0 on the 8th shot of the hockey game. Feasting on home ice early on in this one. As Ace, welcome back in. As the Oilers to the far side looking to defend the Stars here. A lazy turnover by the Stars will set the Oilers back 3-on-3 the other way across the line. Here's Kane trying to launch a shot towards the net. He gets baffled there a little bit by a good Dallas defense across the line. Now Dadonov dragging to the front of the net. Stuart Skinner makes the save. Scramble in the crease. Puck is blowing dead, and the Oilers have the cover with 11:59 to go. Oh boy, light me up. The Edmonton Oilers have come to play hockey tonight, and just like that, a rush to the other end, and Stuart Skinner's best chance against all night. He finds a way to make the save, and that is about the lowest, what you would say, shot velocity Connor McDavid might ever have to put a puck in the net, and he makes the job happen. As I can hear banging and crashing upstairs. Give me a sec, friends. I'm going to keep yelling at you right now as we get back underway, but just occurred to me that at some point the work upstairs is going to start getting a little bit louder, so I might as well try and dampen down the noise before that happens. My apologies there as the puck goes into the Dallas zone. Jake Ottinger catches it, makes the save, but I had a good sneaky feeling. You know what? I turned around, looked at the jerseys tonight prior to the game getting underway, and I said, what one are we going to ride for a little bit here in this series? Obviously, we've had pretty good luck riding the jerseys for a good little while. Well, tonight, Connor McDavid shows up with 2 points so far. So does Zach Hyman, each a goal and an assist, and the D-men on top pair having a goal and an assist as well. As the Oilers off the draw here, get it back to the point, and the shot goes wide off a boot in front of the Dallas Stars. 11:43 to go in this first period of play. Dallas flips it up into the Oilers bench. The faceoff will come outside the line, and that is where we are at. So, yeah, the Edmonton Oilers obviously having a good day, and well, Ken, I'm starting to have a better day, that's for sure. As what do we got? Real welcome in. We need to see Connor McDavid hold the cup. Well, we need to see Connor McDavid start to score goal after goal here in the playoffs. If he wants to go send us on to the cup by single-handedly winning the rest of this Dallas series, I'm not going to be one to complain. As this is to the far side, Connor Brown with the puck. Nice rip towards the net. Connor Brown's got the confidence back as he fired that one just wide. Hunter's hitting the glass here, trying to get the boys going. As this is now CC trying to get it back to the blue line. Nice play right there. Hello, Cat. As this will be played down low as Fogle gets absolutely ended there by Lindell. And the puck is going to be sent to the middle of the ice by Dallas up off the boards, tipped into the Oilers' end. And that's Kulak in the middle of his zone, picking the puck up, D to D over near side now for CC as the Oilers change the forward lines. Carrick guns up the ice again here. He'll rip it in on Ottinger to the far side boards. Dallas back to the blue line. Nurse fires it down low. I know we're talking about maybe Nurse having a scary game tonight. Well, so far, that was a good-looking little play down low, and now the Oilers have to retreat back into their own zone. Nurse driving the middle there as Desharnais bangs it up off the boards into the neutral zone, bouncing across the Dallas line, picked up by Sagan. 10:33 to go in this first period, a period in which the Oilers have controlled the shot department and gotten the goals for it, as this is Harley exiting his own zone across through the middle of the ice, across into the Oilers' end, as this one comes now as Nurse gets a good hand up on Sagan. That's not usually a power play in the playoffs, but usually in the regular season, Dallas would have been headed to the PP right there as the shot coming in from the blue line for the Stars is blocked in front. There's all kinds of Dallas players down inside the Edmonton zone as Connor McDavid carries up through the middle of the ice. Firing from the outside, save made by Ottinger off the boards. It bounces to Connor. Stars come up with the puck, though limited options as they rim around to the near side. Bouchard's able to keep it in. Puck bounces off a Stars stick just enough to get out of the zone as they made the pass to the far side. Bouchard rims it up off the ref right through the middle of the ice. Hyman picks it across the Dallas zone at the blue line. Back to the point now. Move Bouchard over to Ekholm. The blast in front, blocked there by Dallas. And everybody's kind of watching this puck kind of not bounce nearly as much maybe as it did in Dallas. And it's starting to fool the guys on the ice to some extent as everybody watched that puck die around. But I want to get back. Yeah, this is where we're at. But I want to say to Ken saying, what a day for me today, low to high. Well, Ken knows the low of the day, obviously having to admit to kind of a mistake you don't want to make ever, right? One of those, yeah, no, I know for sure I fixed this mistake once. We're good, cool, and good enough. But then here's Cece ripping a shot that bounces to the far side corner. But then obviously having to realize, oh crap, yeah, no, he's calling me on making a mistake, and I did make a mistake. So kind of that low of the day and having to go burn the old gas to make it right. But now all of a sudden we're at the high point of the day as CC fires the shot just wide of the net, and the Edmonton Oilers have a 2-0 lead. As yeah, it's been a good hockey game so far, and the Edmonton Oilers definitely brightening up what wasn't a bad day, but at the same rate too, kind of discombobulated day due to a bad mistake to make, that's for sure. 8:53 to go here as across the line, the Dallas Stars back into the neutral zone. Talk about discombobulated. My goodness, the Dallas Stars have had a rough first 11 minutes in Edmonton this evening as Leon Draisaitl up through the middle will play to the near side as Kulak goes now over the far side, and the Oilers just try and play the possession game here as now they're starting to miss some passes inside their own zone. Oh boy, here we go as Connor Brown's kind of hauled down there by a Dallas player, but no call up coming as the player got worst of it, and it comes flipping inside the Dallas zone right to the middle of the ice, picked up at the blue line. The Oilers keep the puck inside the zone and vacate the zone just in time to not take an offside that would have ended up inside their own end. Dallas across the Oilers zone, and now Darnell Nurse battling behind the net, trying to get this one free as this will be along the wall. Fogle battling there. Henrique along the wall, able to come free with it as Brown will go back to Henrique, and the Oilers lift inside the Dallas zone as this is going to be flipped back to the Oilers blue line by Dallas almost immediately after entering the zone. And then Ottinger on the replay there from the Oilers getting it down deep over to the near side D and flipping out into the neutral zone as that's a big hit in the neutral zone that Derek Ryan takes advantage of. He's then hauled down as bodies are flying all over the ice here. I don't know, everybody was talking about better ice in Edmonton. It's been kind of an ugly show so far to some extent. Stuart Skinner with a big save there as the puck comes to the near side, right in the middle now. The Oilers lifting through and firing deep into the Dallas end. Ottinger out to play it again. 7:16 to go as time starts winding down quick here in this first period. To the far side, Tanev fires up off a stick onto Stuart Skinner. That's shot number, I guess, 4 of the game, you could technically count, for Skinner is across the line. Here's Hyman leaving for Nugent Hopkins. Nuge back to McDavid, top line, cooking inside the Stars zone now. Wheeling and dealing, McDavid looking to make the play. He's going to pass over to Bouchard. Bouchard down Main Street, out skates a man right in front, bounce in front, couldn't buy an Oilers stick. And lifting out to center ice will be Stankoven, handcuffing Ekholm at the blue line. And this one comes across the line now for Hyman. Hyman's back in on the attempts here to try and get the puck towards the net. Big shot off the side of the net there. Nuge hit McDavid backdoor, but McDavid just flipped up on it, and that's one of those chances you'd love to see the Oilers have cashed in here early on in this first period. As this comes along the wall, battling back to the blue line. It hit a man on the way through, and here comes Connor. 2-on-2. Connor's going to peel off for a line change, though. It sets up Holloway near side corner. He gets absolutely pummeled by Ryan Suter. He's still in there jamming away, however. 6 minutes to go in this first period, and this one's going to keep coming to the near side corner, and then it's at the point. Nurse tried to pinch, forced to retreat, and then a good stick in the lane keeps the man to the outside. That's a very mature play by Darnell Nurse right there, as this one's bounced off the end wall, picked up by Nurse through the middle of the ice. Turning back now, here's Dallas slamming it back into the Oilers zone. Along the wall to the far side, Smith fires this down deep. The Stars just seem not quite communicating perfectly out there to try and get pucks to the right places on the ice, as that's a nice little steal away there by Nurse again. And here comes Evander Kane to center ice. Kane will lift across the blue line, look for the pass to the middle. Skate tip possibly from Holloway in front was what he was looking for, couldn't get it. And the Dallas Stars down the right wing, Dadonov across, and we will have, an offside against the Stars here at the line? Who knows? Andrew, welcome aboard, but the Oilers just getting all kinds of potential bounces in front. And this one from McDavid just fired it up off the side of the net. Just about had it. So the Oilers definitely doing some good things here this evening. And we'll see what the Oilers have for us as this game carries on. But as we go here, 4 point, I guess we can rule that 9. We're already up over 173 hours watched on the stream. So again, thank you to everybody back home for hanging out with us this evening. Really do appreciate you being part of the stream this evening. It's been, like I said, a little bit quieter of a night compared to the rest of the live streams. But again, when you look at the NHL stream and their version of these live streams, and obviously too, it's just kind of a Monday night, 6:30 p.m. puck drop. We'll see some folks make their way through later on in the hockey game. I can almost guarantee that. As the Edmonton Oilers making the most of the early portion of this hockey game, however, as you see here right now already. How about that? Zach Hyman, Connor McDavid, the goals early on this evening to make it 2-0, and it's been a good hockey game right from the start. And as well, friends, thank you to everybody that obviously hit that subscribe button early on here on the live stream. I can officially confirm for the first time this year we have hit 16,003 subscribers, so we're up over that 16,000 mark with some more big stuff to come throughout these playoffs. That much I am sure. I'm sure we can probably get towards 16.5 by the end of all that. So thank you so much, Hockey Metal. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you again this evening as the Edmonton Oilers will try and get things going here in this little bit. As cross your fingers, pray on Pete DeBoer trying to cover Connor McDavid in this series. As let's see what Mr. Connor McDavid can do here. McDavid's kind of suffering from the same itis I am, not being mustache-itis here on the broadcast, as it's kind of been a battle all playoffs trying to let the mustache grow and not chew on it on the same time. As this one's back to the blue line. The shot loading for Kulak through the middle of the ice. It dribbled to the far side corner. DC, welcome aboard as this one comes right in front. The Oilers jamming away at it on Ottinger's pad. And we will have a stoppage in play as Fogle drove that puck deep into the crease area but got the whistle just like that. Now we have a stoppage in play with 4:59 to go in this first period. 2-0 the lead for the Edmonton Oilers here early on in tonight's hockey game. As the Edmonton Oilers continue to kind of do their best to throw the Dallas Stars off their game. Face off inside the Stars zone. Henrique wins it back. Kulak down low. Heiskanen uncontested over there will make the play. CC able to flip out to center ice. Now it's a one-on-one back against Kulak and Duchesne. Duchesne inside the Oilers zone. Given Kulak fits, one effort there by Kulak to get it out to center ice, and then the Oilers are able to fire down into the Dallas end as here's Ottinger out to play it, whacking at it. Was Connor Brown knocking it down, in fact, was Connor Brown. And Heiskanen taps up to the far side point. Fogle gets the turnover. Puck right in front. The Dallas Stars are able to get through the middle of the ice and come back the other way across the line. Here's the shot loading up, blocked in front, scramble in front of Skinner. Man down inside the net for the Oilers. Didn't end up impacting anything as this one near side shot save made by Skinner with 4:12 to go in this first period. Only his third of the hockey game thus far, but Stu Skinner keeping the Oilers right where they need to be in this hockey game thus far. And with 4:12 time left on the clock, the Oilers desperately just need to get out of this period with a good effort to finish off this first. As the Oilers have a minute 14 more of puck possession than the Dallas Stars so far. So again, we've seen much of this series has been the Oilers controlling the play thus far, as this one's face off inside the Dallas Stars zone across to the far side. Shot goes wide of the net there as this one comes back into the Dallas zone as it comes back for Derek Ryan. As Hockey Metal, we'll get to your super chat here in just a moment. Thank you again. But Dallas back the other way here, loading up the attack across the line. As this one will come back to the middle of the ice. No, Stankoven was beat to that puck. And here comes Carrick across the line. Janmark loading up back. Carrick right wing driving. Shot. Save made. Tip in front. Off a body in front for Darnell Nurse. Crashing in front on the backhand. I thought for sure Nurse was about to cash that one to make 3-0. As this will be picked up by McDavid. McDavid loading up the attack now. He is absolutely gunning it up the ice down the right wing. Dragging around in front. The tip play on for Nugent Hopkins. Just couldn't cash it back door. As Nugent and McDavid have looked backdoor for each other several times here tonight. 3:12 to go in this first period as Stu Skinner bats it off the boards now for Bouchard up along the wall. The Stars steal it there as we will have an onside play. As I really want to get the Hockey Metal Super Chat there because I can see a whole brick of text that I can't fully understand. And this comes back to the point. Heiskanen, the shot through traffic, tipped just wide, up over top of the net, knocked down by Bouchard. Lifted out into the neutral zone. Hyman across the line. The Oilers are offside, so we'll have a stoppage in play. And Hockey Metal asking if I'd rather take a roundhouse kick to the face by Chuck Norris or eat gas station sushi with no expiration date. I'll tell you, not a big raw fish guy, so no matter where that raw fish is coming from, I'm going to probably test my luck with taking the roundhouse kick to the face. And hey, nothing can make this mug look any worse, right? There's a reason the facial hair is so prominent on there, right? That aside, Donald, welcome in as yeah, the Oilers jersey back on. Obviously, I've had this rotation set up for the broadcast. Right now we've got 1 off the 6. So the Oilers can lose Game 3, win Game 4, lose Game 5. I guess technically no matter what, we've at least got 5 more jerseys to cover the Oilers winning the Cup. And you'll see kind of how I finish this one up. If the Oilers win the Cup, there's 1 jersey and 1 jersey only that I will be in the building down at Rogers Place in that one right there that started the collection all those years ago, way back when. That's how we're going to finish this dang thing at Rogers Place by the end of the season. I tell you that much right now. So, yeah, let's go here, friends. KN 12-3, the shots for the Oilers so far. Yeah, it's been a good effort. I mean, 2-0 goals is a big thing as well. Awake, welcome aboard. And Morgan, welcome in as well. And talking about Connor McDavid lighting it up out there, as the Oilers have definitely had a big effort from the offense so far this evening. And you like to see what you like to see from Connor McDavid. Lots of movement, lots of jolt in his step. And friends, we are just about to cross 200 hours watched on the stream here this evening as well. So we're definitely rolling along here towards a good live stream. Is 201 minutes on the ice last 7 games for Miro Heiskanen. 4 goals, 8 points, 6 shots, and 0 goals against. As Bieber, you're saying this is the year. Well, that's exactly why I've got the jersey rotation the way I do. I really truly believe the Oilers are about to do something really special for us. As Sean, welcome aboard. As the Oilers will see Connor Brown come in to take the draw here with 2:43 to go in this first period. 13-3 now officially the shots for the Oilers, as the faceoff is won back by Dallas. 2:40 to go in the first period. It's flipped in off the backhand by Dallas, and it comes all the way down low for Skinner, who left it there for Kulak. Instead, as the puck comes back to the point, the shot's fired off the end wall, and it's batted along the boards now behind the net for Ceci as the Oilers try to reset inside their own zone. A pass off the skates of Brown ends up going to the far side, and the Oilers just lift down into the Dallas blue line area and then almost get a turnover on Tanev and force the Stars to just fire one up the gut that goes back into the zone. That will be a hand pass. They rule it no hand pass somehow, some way. And it's back down low into the Dallas end now with 2 minutes to go in this first period. As this one over to the far side, down along the wall now. Dadonov battling there against Nurse, coming free now. Draisaitl up the wall, picked up now by the Oilers across the line. Here's Kane trying to get this one in the middle for Holloway. Kane again frees it up now for Draisaitl off a body. Draisaitl to the far side point for Nurse. The pass back to Kane, Draisaitl near side. Didn't come through as this one comes back inside the Oilers zone on a clear by Dallas, in which a period so far with $1:26 to go. I don't want to curse it, but a period the Oilers have controlled and continue to control the whole way through, as Holloway down in behind the Dallas goal line. Shot from the point goes wide of the net. Another shot by Bouchard, just absolutely pinned someone in front, and someone's leg went up in the air rather quickly. There is Bouchard near side. $1:07 to go here in this first period of play. Flipped in over the line now. Here comes Suter back, handing to the far side boards. The Oilers again come up with the puck. McDavid, though, saw Ekholm retreat, not knowing who was behind him, and this will be flipped back into the Dallas end with Zach Hyman chasing along the end wall. This has been a good play period here so far. And Crozier, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Really do. Again, friends, for you, those of you on the live stream showing up, thank you so much for hitting those super chat buttons. We can't thank you enough, as this one's back the other way now for the Dallas Stars across the line towards the middle of the ice. The shot fired there by Robertson goes up over top, and just like that, with 31 seconds to go, we can all collectively breathe. The best looking shot of the game for the Dallas Stars comes from high in the slot. Stankoven was bruised on the shot, and he went immediately down the tunnel. But Crozier, thank you so much. As it is a labor of both passion and love. It's been a long tenure now doing play-by-play. Started 10 years ago up in Grand Prairie, Alberta, way back when, calling Junior B Provincials in 2014, and now we are here. So thank you again for the kind words, everybody back home. And big night, obviously hitting 16,000 subscribers as well, but it's got to be a big night here for the Oilers to win this series, as this one comes near side now for Derek Ryan. Derek Ryan will flip into the neutral zone, backhanded there by the Oilers, down low to Jake Ottinger. Pass over now for Harley over to the far side. Instead, Henrique knocked it down. 12 seconds to go here in this first period of play. Spinning Heiskanen into the blue line, out in the middle of the ice. The Stars try to get the attack going. The puck jostles up in the middle of the ice, and Draisaitl will skate back inside the Oilers zone to end the period. 13-3 the shots for the Oilers, 2-0 the lead for the Oilers. As there you have it, a big first period. And of course, as Epiphany's saying, friends, again, when we talk about Stake Sandy level on the super chats, it's something that we don't usually hit all too often. It's something we used to joke about lots back in the day, and well, tonight we're definitely there. And I think actually what we're going to do, since I wasn't able to get Matt over here, I think we're probably going to try and link up with Matt post-game and get him down at the old Big Beef for a Stake Sandy. So Matt, if you're listening, make sure you text me as soon as the game ends, and let's get to it. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting period. As CW saying, Dallas in the hole once again, best away team. Well, that's where the Oilers, you know what, they're known to choke leads by the end of a hockey game. So you're up 2-0. You really just did everything right in that first period. That was impressive by every metric, and now you really got to go out there and show why it was impressive by every metric. But let's go quickly recap the goal scoring, and then I'm going to quickly take a moment upstairs to make sure all the construction's going off while I kind of heard some buzzing right above my head. I didn't know we were working up there right now, but 11-3 the shots on goal, 14-8 the hits for the Oilers, 11-10 the face-offs. The Dallas Stars have more giveaways. Sure, they have more takeaways and block shots, but who cares? I think by every metric that counts, the Edmonton Oilers won that period by an absolute landslide, and that is huge to see if you are the Oilers here in this hockey game thus far. So they're showing an ad right now for possibly another Despicable Me movie. I didn't know they were having another Despicable Me. Is that Despicable Me 4 or what is going on here? I'm not actually sure. Yeah, Despicable Me 4 is the new movie coming out. But again, just want to say a big shout out to everybody back home for being aboard on the live stream. And I do want to send a thank you to Crozier Hockey Metal for hitting those super chat buttons here tonight. Really do appreciate that, guys. You have no clue how much that counts towards making these live streams happen. And of course, you saw that green jersey earlier in the broadcast, making stuff like that happen, right? That's kind of what I turn this money back around to, is doing good things for the hockey community and sponsoring those jerseys this year. I know made a lot of kids this year, so looking forward to hopefully doing something just like that again this year. As it's been a pretty good playoff so far, and I look forward to doing it along with you here into June. As Bob, keep Dallas to 3 shots period, and we got this absolutely. And yeah, the Oilers have 40 minutes to bring this one home tonight. It was just one of those periods. Maybe Medusa saying maybe we fire a bit more shots from the blue line. Well, you see how Bouchard at the end there take out Stankoven with an absolute missile, so you want to see that. And Hockey Metal saying you want the Oilers to win the cup for me this evening. Well, hopefully they can do that, and we can go down and party out there for sure. And I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the best Oilers YouTube, because Austin and Patrick are definitely doing a pretty incredible job. And I'll tell you, on most days they have my number, and that's absolutely fantastic to see, because there's a lot of great talent out there covering this Oilers squad, right? That's even not to knock Edmonton Sports Talk, who's done a great job jumping into the scene. Oilers Nation jumped into the scene with YouTube coverage last year. We're spoiled now compared to where we were maybe 5-10 years ago as Oilers fans on YouTube, so absolutely fantastic. And Rigger, welcome aboard, and thank you so much for the super chat as well, friends. It's been an insane night. Like I said, we're going to have to find Matt and link up and go get some steak sandwiches tonight, because with Rigger's numbers there, that tells us we got enough to get 2 steak sandy specials down at the Big Beef. So we are going to go upstairs quickly here for a brief moment. Again, I will tell you, make sure to hit that subscribe button here on the stream. Be right back, refill the water bottle, bathroom break, quick cookie break. We'll be back to action in a moment. All right, friends, this time I remembered everything except the cookies, so pretty good effort there from yours truly, I can honestly say. Remembering the water bottle's number one, number two is not getting distracted while I'm up there, and number three is coming back down and getting ready to get back, going, as the Edmonton Oilers get going here this evening. But F Woods, welcome aboard. Zinger, welcome in as well. Yeah, that's just saying, how do I still have my voice? Well, that's I guess, what now, 6 years of running the voice ragged every time the Oilers score goals. We'll see how many more they score and how much it fails down the stretch. But obviously the Oilers have done a great job this evening, bringing us a pretty impressive hockey game thus far. So we'll see where we go, I guess. And speaking in terms of cats being fed, give me a moment here. Let's actually make sure we do that. That's a good question. And I'm glad the chat now reminds me to feed the cats after the end of the first period, because that is one of those things. They tend to be a little pesky by the end of the first period. That's kind of what I noticed, right? They allow me a lot of time down here, but then by the end of the first period, they start coming at my feet and start getting in the way and start crawling across the equipment. So pretty good right there. So that is where we are at. And Simon, marks out of 100 million. Well, that's where in that first period, I think for the first time all playoffs, outside of maybe game one against LA, it is a perfect score for the Edmonton Oilers. Goaltending stops all the shots. Oilers score a bunch of goals, and obviously as well, you cash in your opportunities as much as you possibly could in that first period, beating Jake Ottinger twice on 9 shots. The Oilers have had shots taken away now in this first period. 2 goals on 9 shots, so a sub 800 save percentage for Jake Ottinger. Oh boy. 14-8 the hits for the Edmonton Oilers. That's unbelievable, right? That's something we didn't see in game 2. 11-10 the face-offs as well. That's pretty impressive to see the Oilers with Rupe Hintz back in the lineup, continuing to dominate the draw, at least in terms of Oilers being 500. And just the only thing is Dallas blocked double the shots, 10-5 that the Oilers did. So that's pretty impressive right there, as well as the Edmonton Oilers. Obviously, we'll see what they can do as yeah, we'll see where we go. As Greg always wear a cup with the cats. Yeah, I'll tell you, the cats, you've seen the little 3-legged guy, how he twists and turns sometimes. That back foot there is sometimes not so friendly where it ends up hitting you in. So the Oilers, after 1 period to play, a pretty flawless score thus far, one might say, as they're up 2-0 and now really just 40 minutes to try and control this hockey game and get this job done, as we have just gotten a little bit of a playback error here. And we'll see what we can do in here on the live stream. My bad, lost the broadcast, and it's just frozen up here for some reason. So let me refresh this here and get back going. Broadcast is there we go. We got everything there. Kevin BX back on my screen. You like to see that, as the Edmonton Oilers so far so good in this hockey game. And now, like I said, 40 minutes. Really just do the job, finish this off, and see where they can go. So yeah, this is kind of been a, like I said, flawless first period for the Oilers, and now you really need to capitalize on it. As there's Zach Hyman outside the Oilers locker room talking with Kyle Bukauskas on the interview, as Hyman is trying to, we'll see, kind of tell you what happened in that first period for the Oilers, which was a pretty good first period. Again, I feel bad for those Oilers fans that have gone in and tuned into game 3 against the Vancouver Canucks for some awful reason. And as well, a whole bunch of views going to the other live streams over the course of the playoffs thus far. Kind of the situation that happens sometimes as the playoffs wear on. The live streams kind of become a bit overdone over the YouTube. So that is where we're at. Oilers fan, welcome in. Email address, not exactly something I give out on live streams. So definitely what I tell people is feel free to hit me up on Twitter. That's where I would tell you to reach out to me usually, as that is the easiest place to get a hold of me on any given day. As we're watching highlights here for the Oilers, of course, watching Leon Draisaitl absolutely scramdaddle a puck on Jake Ottinger and just couldn't get it through, as Jake Ottinger's glove was tested a couple of times there early on in that first period, but just couldn't quite get the job done. Obviously, the Oilers, though, only 9 shots. I think they were credited with a couple more than they were realistically supposed to have in that first period. And yeah, that is where it's at. So the Edmonton Oilers obviously need to see where they go here in this second period. There'll be a big second period for this one, as Epiphany is saying that was Connor McDavid's 100th playoff point. That's insane to think, because Connor McDavid has 20 playoff points, well, 24 this year, and as well how many other playoff points the past 3 years. So to think Connor's only got 100 playoff points thus far is pretty unbelievable in some fact, as the Oilers try to get the job done here in this third period of play, or second and third period of play. 40 minutes to win a hockey game, that's a lot of time, and a lot of times something can go wrong. So for Stuart Skinner, obviously keep the shots low and keep the shots to the outside. He'll be fine. The Oilers need to keep piling on shots into the feet of Jake Oettinger and find ways to score on him, and then everything should kind of take care of itself from there. So Medusa having only 2 or 3 hours of work before working there is kind of actually crazy to think, as it's been a little insane for a lot of fans across oil country here, as yeah, it's been kind of unreal to think the Oilers trying to go through these playoffs, and for those fans across the seas and stuff, it's a tough battle of being on time with the games and trying to be there when the team is on. As Lane, let's keep the energy flowing. That is exactly it. We definitely have to keep the energy flowing here in this second period of play, because if the Oilers give up the energy, they could be in for a catastrophe late in this hockey game. So let me just quickly check here. I'm just going over to just got a, why isn't that showing up? Weird. Either way, right there it is. Okay, somebody's hiring a social media coordinator. Who cares? Definitely not applying for any social media coordinator jobs. I think I do a terrible enough job of that here. Is the Oilers right now. Let's go here to what do you tell your team when you have a history of blowing leads in the second and third? Well, I think it's exactly what Lane was saying. Just keep up the energy, right? Keep going. You obviously have them where you want them for a reason. So that is where the Oilers desperately need to keep the job they had in the first period going, and they should have a pretty successful go here. As Sea Dog watching from Forestry Fire Tower up north, thank you so much for being aboard, and thank you for keeping an eye on the forest for us, as obviously the Edmonton Oilers getting underway here in this first period have found a way to be up 2-0, and now need to find a way to deliver us home a big result in this second period. So we'll see what we go as yeah, this is going to be a big second period, and obviously for Sea Dog, a big second period of monitoring stuff and keeping up with the Oilers at the same time. So, Epiphany, no worries. We'll catch you in a little bit. And Brian asking if everybody underestimated the Oilers. I don't think for us Oilers fans we underestimated the Oilers. It was just kind of, we checked ourselves, right? We came off this big high emotional win where we told Canucks fans, chill out, we're going to beat you. We did it in 7. We're like, Dallas is a little bit better than Vancouver, so maybe we'll just temper down the expectations here. And so far, the Oilers will have very well carried themselves to a 1-1 series tie so far, and a 2-0 first period lead against the Stars in Game 3. But as Zinger and both Medusa are saying, this second period Dallas Stars team you're going to see compared to that first period team is going to be a little bit different, and that's where the Oilers are going to have to find a way to definitely step up to the plate and respond here in this period. So we'll see where we go. As yeah, this is going to be a good second period Northern Farm Girl. I'm looking forward to seeing the Oilers kind of keep that pace going, right? The Oilers were definitely moving their feet out there as much as one possibly could in a period to try and beat the Dallas Stars. Now you got to see if it's going to amount to something here for the Edmonton Oilers. As Crozier saying as well, let's make it 3-0 quickly in the first few minutes of the second period. Wouldn't mind that at all if the Oilers could find a way to do that. They're showing off a whole bunch of ads for Explore New Brunswick right now on the live stream. I know normally Newfoundland gets a lot of ads in during the course of a season, but now they're showing a lot for New Brunswick, the good old East Coast. Love to see the East Coast getting some love on our national broadcasts. We're up at 89 likes, friends. If you haven't already hit that like button yet, make sure to do that here tonight. And again, as well, if you haven't hit the subscribe button as Magic joins the chat, right as I distract myself, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, make sure to do that here tonight as well, as we close in on the next 1,000 subscribers. I guess we were already three of the way there, but now we're rolling, right? I guess 0.3% of the way there, and now 0.9% of the way to 16 or 17,000, I guess, is there you have it. So Mr. Doom's calling Mr. Derek Ryan on a break, and Magic as well. No, sorry, that's Jason saying let's go Oilers. So we're getting everything pumped up here. So they're asking, not even an Oilers water bottle. Also, what's harder, streaming and talking the whole night with great insight or playing hockey? Well, I'll tell you, as a guy who's never suited up to playing actual hockey, and playing hockey would definitely be the much more difficult task, because that's not to credit myself as saying great insight, but I like that was a leading question. That was kind of screwing myself either way. I like how that goes. Yeah, no, it's kind of one of those things for me personally. I've never really done any hockey stuff. If I can shoot a puck on an outdoor rink on a good day, I'm having a good day. So yeah, no, right now we're seeing some highlights here of some backyard rinks over the course of the years in oil country. By the looks of it, a backyard rink getting made for Sam Steele of, I believe, Sherwood Park, as they're showing off the rink back there, as they've got the Regina Pats practicing on Sam Steele's outdoor rink. Okay, so back in the day when Sam Steele played for the Regina Pats, they're showing off all the highlights here. That's interesting, as there's, I guess, Mr. Steele in the stands with the Dallas Stars jersey, the big old goatee going. So that is where we are at. And Lyle, welcome in. 5-3. Oil is still in play prediction. Yes, it is, but we are just about to get back underway here, as Steve's saying as well, got to keep the pedal down and the pressure on. And Zinger's asking the go-to snack, friends. Again, you know it's the Oreos every day. Western Conference Final as Connor McDavid and Mr. Zach Hyman score the goals. It's Connor McDavid's 4th goal of the playoffs, by the way, and Zach Hyman's team leading 13th, I believe. Face off in the neutral zone. McDavid lining up here, the referee trying to talk things over with both guys, and away we go for this second period. Jammed immediately into the zone by the Dallas Stars across to the far side. Picked up by Johnston. He'll back down low to Ben. Off a skate now, picking up Bouchard around to the near side. Picked up by Nugent Hopkins. He'll fire to the far boards. Just couldn't buy the bounce onto the tape of Mr. Zach Hyman. Back into the neutral zone. Nugent Hopkins strips it away from the Stars. Ekholm near side, flip to the far side, as this will start Hyman inside the Dallas end. Lucky that's not icing, as Essa Lindell chose to play that one a little softly, as here's McDavid along the near side boards. Battling there, taken out along the wall was Johnston, but able to make the play. Heck of a play. I think he had his helmet rattle a little bit there. Pass to the middle as Dallas immediately gets across the Oilers line and jams towards the net. Couldn't do it now in flight. Here comes Connor McDavid down the left wing. McDavid slow play across the line. McDavid over to Hyman. Drag play in front's going to line up a shot for Warren Fogle in front, and that puck goes in behind the net. There was a man down on top of Ottinger, which I believe was Hyman, but the shot there back the other way by Dallas will come on net for Skinner to make the save. Tanev at the point, shot through traffic. Skinner's taken out to the far side. He makes another save, and that's 2 shots from the outside there for Dallas to up the shot count to double what they had in that first period of play. As this comes along the end of the wall now, Fogle will make the backhand pass out to center for Henrique, lifting there now for Brown, speeding down the right wing. Brown towards the net, peeling off was Nurse, trying to get back defensively as Henrique throws a hit against Harley. Nice to see him finish a check there. Down the wing now, Robertson rips the shot off the skate of Darnell Nurse to the far side boards. It goes as Dallas gets the attack going here inside the Oilers zone. 10-5 officially the shots on goal back to the blue line. Shot now loading for Petrovic, who took a costly penalty early on in that period. Allowed the Oilers to build a little bit of momentum. A good save from Ottinger kept him off the board as this one comes back now along the near side boards. Pavelski over to the far side. Nurse spin on the ice for $1:15 here in this second period of play already. We're already 2 minutes and 10 seconds in, by the way, as Pavelski off to the far side. This is where we start eventually seeing a whistle here, whether it be an icing or an offside intentionally for the Oilers. Nurse batting off the wall. Can't get out. Suter from the point goes wide there of Skinner. Now Duchesne backhands down low for the Oilers. Off the boards, Marchment to the far side. Loading up the save made by Skinner. Rebound save made by Skinner as the Dallas Stars continue heavy pressure. Everybody was right here early on in this period that they were going to be better in this second period where the Stars, and so far they have been, as Pavelski back in behind the net. Darnell Nurse has been out there a long while now as the shots fired towards the net. Skinner makes the save. Rebound in front. Scramble in front of the crease. Still, the puck is loose. Skating towards it. Nurse with a butt-end block. And the Oilers will bat off the wall and get out. And Petrovic somehow kept that onside. Right in front now. The pass comes to the middle for Marchment. He couldn't fire the shot, and the Oilers desperately need a line change here. Nurse just took a high stick, not called. And this will be tapped down the ice into the Dallas Stars zone, and Brown doing a good job trying to get all the way along the boards to ensure his defensive pair gets a line change there as it's batted out by Dallas. Back the other way, Kulak's now on the ice, so thankfully Darnell Nurse has been taken off for a line changes. Here's Desharnais over to Holloway, and the Oilers will start 3 wide back the other way, 3-on-3 towards the net. Jammed there by Ottinger. Picked up along the near side wall. Kulak down low, as this will be back as Kane fires off the side of the net. Kane just about wired that one home, and this will be picked up now by the Dallas Stars through the neutral zone as the game settles down. We've gone 4 minutes into this period without a whistle thus far. This has been crazy action so far. The crazy part about it being that all that in front of the Oilers net does not result in a whistle as Desharnais goes into the Dallas zone. Flip there for Tanev. 15:45 remaining here in this second period. Dallas has come out firing 6 shots to begin the first 4.5 minutes. Save made by Stu Skinner. Puck is deflected over to the far side. Laura, welcome aboard to the stream. Thanks for being aboard. Shot fired from the outside there by the Oilers. Will be drifted down to Matthias Janmark along the wall now for Carrick. And behind the net for Ottinger as this one is continuing to the far side. Boards jammed out of the zone, and this will be picked up by Ekholm. Over to Bouchard as the fourth line gets the shift right now to try and change the energy here for the Oilers. Across the line now it is Hyman into the zone, and that will be an icing call with 4 minutes and 51 seconds gone to begin this second period of play. That is about the longest stretch of hockey we have had in a game to begin this period without a whistle. That was absolutely insane over the Oilers and Stars, and how that puck stayed out of Stuart Skinner's net, I have no clue, as that one came free. And Darnell Nurse with literally a tailbone save. You love to see it. 15:09 to go in this second period. Chris, welcome aboard as the puck comes near side, shot towards the net. Ekholm bats it off the boards back into the neutral zone. Heiskanen off the wall, and that will be offside by Dallas. And the Oilers are saying, hey, that's a 3-line offside. Let's not do that. And that's where the case might be. That faceoff might be coming inside the Dallas Stars zone. 14:57 to go as, that shot literally stayed out of the net because it hit Darnell Nurse in the bum. That is pretty good stop right there from Nurse. No clue where it was. And they were able to make that save as the faceoff's actually going to come outside the Dallas line. So this one now for Bouchard, looking to make the play. He's just going to fan up on it and then flip it in and then dump the guy at the blue line. That's a pretty stand-up play there from Bouchard, as this is Hyman along the wall, poke checking. He was failing to make that play. Here comes Dallas, 3 wide back the other way. Shot fired towards the net, blocked in front. Nugent Hopkins takes a bump. Nice. That's got to be offside for Hintz. If we go to review, that's offside all day as this comes down low. Bouchard unable to defend. Hintz there, the one-timer. Save made, and it's a goal for the Dallas Stars. And I would not be surprised if the Oilers are challenging for offside immediately here as McDavid goes coasting towards the bench. I don't even know how that shot went in. Robertson just wired it. I mean, that was absolutely insane. That comes towards the line. I mean, from the first look, that second look there, Ace says that it might have been onside, but that was that first look there. And I mean, that was just, I don't even know how that fully happened, as Robertson just wires into a puck, and I don't know if Stuart Skinner just didn't see where the puck was. I don't know what that was, but that was a tough break right there, as they're still getting set to drop the puck here. McDavid going over options on the bench after a tough goal against. Dallas Stars fans going nuts outside the Dallas Stars viewing party down in Dallas, Texas. They're going to drop the puck, so no offside challenge there for the Oilers. I thought maybe they would, but clearly that second back angle there that they had at the blue line kind of showed otherwise, as this one's going to be a face-off immediately won forward by the Stars, fought into the Oilers' end, and the Oilers have been underwater to begin this second period. They've been lucky enough to get things going, but this one is across the line now for the Oilers, picked up now by Pavelski, is inside the Oilers zone. The Stars set up again here along the boards. Holloway will roll this one in the middle. The Stars will get it crossed and down in again. That's a stick lost by the Oilers. Amazingly not a tripping call by some lucky break, and the Oilers all of a sudden need a good shift here in the offensive zone to kind of answer back the Stars' momentum. Shot fired towards the net, goes up and out of play as Holloway catches it up off the netting, and that was just a wild sequence to begin this period that finally ends up in the back of the net. As that one, this was a really tough start to the period. I mean, you look at this right here. So far now as we go, the Edmonton Oilers in this second period now don't have the shot lead. They came into the period up 9-3, and now they're down 10-9. As Ace and Cam are saying, whatever you want to chalk it up to, the Oilers in this period have just been simply outplayed by Dallas by every metric. And, now guess what? You're down to a 2-1 lead because of it, and it's about how you respond from here realistically for the Oilers will determine what happens the rest of the way home, as this has just been you don't want to say it's bad luck, you don't want to say it's being outworked, you don't want to say anything, you just want to see the Oilers respond here and get back in the goal column ASAP, because the longer you let Dallas dictate this game, it's going to be interesting to see what happens for the Oilers as the stretch goes. So, yeah, the Oilers have to, I don't know if you have to buy a bounce or something here late in this second period to try and retake your 2-1 lead, or 2-goal lead, but yeah. We'll see what the Oilers can do here in this second period to respond, because, man, I mean, it was Zinger and a couple other folks in the chat there saying that Dallas was going to bring it in this second period, and bring it they have. So game on, I guess. 1 goal, 3 points for Jamie Benn in this series as well. So letting him dictate things is kind of a tough go. As Nico, how did the Oilers have 12 shots last time you checked in period 1, and now it's only 9 shots? They always readjust the shots after the first period and second period usually on the broadcast, and right now Dallas has 11. The Oilers are credited with 10. So trusting the shot clock. I don't know if the Oilers or if the NHL is using different metrics to generate shot tracking or whatever, but the shots now, Dallas only has 10. Here's opening up Derek Ryan right in the middle lane. Shot that puck over top of the net, back to the blue line. Kulak, we're back underway here as this picked up now by Janmark, as the Oilers were right back to play as this comes back now in point. Shot for Kulak, bouncing wide of the net. Far side, Dadonov doesn't get it past the Oilers defense. And that's just curled down low there by the Oilers again as it's up off board play there. Oh man, what a play by Foegele to knock that puck down. Brown's interfered with, but it plays on. And this one will go across the line, picked up now by the Dallas Stars, and now starting back the other way. Here's Connor Brown in a hurry down the left wing. Brown rips the shot block there. He had Ottinger fooled. Ottinger came out to play that puck with body and just couldn't quite find that one through traffic as it never came and arrived, as Henrique will backhand inside the Oilers offensive zone. Ottinger looking for his team to try and stand tall defensively like the Oilers did through the first 5 minutes of that period. Jack, welcome aboard, and home welcome aboard as well. As this one now, shot fired, save made by Skinner. Rebound goes into Skinner's right pad, and he jumps on it with the blockers. There's a Dallas Stars player down in front. Yikes, this Oilers team desperately starting to need some momentum to swing their way here in this period. And so far, Dallas doing the good job here. Is this one good shot ripped there by Dallas. Stu Skinner couldn't absorb the rebound, and then secondarily he does. So thankfully the Oilers are kind of getting some bounces going their way here, at least in this second period as well, because this could be much, much worse. 7 goals in 2024 playoffs. Leads Dallas does Wyatt Johnston, who's had a very good year for them. So, all right, face off inside the Oilers zone. Shot fired into the neutral zone, all the way bouncing into the Dallas end. Riley, don't be saying oh no right now, as this one comes back through the far side over across the line. The Dallas Stars get across the Oilers line just cleanly somehow. Shot fired towards the net. Save made by Skinner, jamming away in front into the back of the net it goes. And the Edmonton Oilers have blown the 2-goal lead just like that. As another scramble in the crease. You know, like, you can't rely on the scrambles in the crease always coming up your way. It's Jason Robertson scoring another goal in front, and a second career 2-goal playoff game. And that was just a broken play at the line. Both Ekholm and Tyler Seguin tripped up, and then Ekholm was caught high. And that's just one of those, I mean, there was everybody in front, and somehow out of the pile, I think Robertson found that puck. And yeah, just seemed to backhand it right off the shoulder of Skinner. As that just, he couldn't quite get the shoulder up all the way, but there's 4 Oilers down low, 3 Dallas Stars players down low. You got to find a way to block that shot there from Robertson. But now all of a sudden, giddy up, we're back into action here as this one's across the line into the Dallas zone. Kane kind of takes a run at Jake Ottinger, just makes him think about playing that puck out. That's amazing that Dallas didn't respond violently to that, as this comes behind the Oilers net, but Dallas very much so has the Oilers on the ropes now here in this second period of play. Right through the middle, Marchment driving in front, bounce again in front. The Oilers get bailed out, and there's Drysdale getting hauled down. He's able to get the puck ahead as Holloway will go into the far side, but the Oilers just don't seem to have the same legs they had in that first period of play. And I mean, this is just one of those things the Oilers need to dig in here, and that second goal against is a prime example. You had multiple opportunities to stop that puck from going deep into your own zone, and for some reason the Oilers just didn't want to really dig in. I know Ekholm tried to. He took Seguin down at the blue line, but then Nugent Hopkins blows the tire up top. The Oilers 4 men down low. And yeah, no, nothing right there for the Oilers. So 11:06 to go in this second period of play. Yeah, tough go. As we'll see what happens as the face-off to the far side for Sam Carrick. The fourth line really needs to come up with a big shift here. You cannot blow a 2-goal lead 9 minutes into the second period, coming out of the intermission with it, and somehow, some way, expect to survive this game. As here's Derek Ryan now in the draw for the Oilers. Tap back to the blue line. The shot fired towards the net, blocked in front by Dallas. Far side play, and this one will come back now inside the Dallas or Oilers zone down low. Hintz wrapping around the net. Shot to the middle. Puck again and again. The Oilers get guilty of a big time, like everybody just standing around inside their own zone. And this is very much so Dallas, the team Dallas is, bending the Oilers down and breaking them inside their own zone. Like, watch this defensive zone coverage inside the Oilers' defensive end. As this one's tapped in, Desharnais gets a puck off the boards that he doesn't clear out. That's an easy clear all day. Desharnais gets turned around, and then, I mean, I don't know what Skinner's doing. I guess Desharnais is maybe interfering with Skinner there, but just not, like, who's got Johnston at the side of the net, and then Desharnais is on top of Skinner by the time he comes over. So a little bit of a tough go. 3-2 the lead now for Dallas, officially fully blown by the Oilers. And back now inside the Oilers zone. The puck is as it bounces into the neutral. Johnson's 8 of the playoffs as this puck is batted back deeper into the Oilers end. Pavelski down low. Stankoven, who was injured in the first period against Bouchard's shot, comes back into the game, gets an assist. And right there is this one now. As this one will be across the line. Brown trying to turn this one back. 12 shots for Dallas here in this first few minutes of the second period. Across the line now, picked shot fired up over top of the net. And I mean, you got to believe if Skinner lets in another one, it will be Picard coming into the game. They're thinking that, I don't know if everybody thought that puck went in the netting or what, but that is quite the interesting turn right there. As here comes Henrique across the line now. Down inside the near side as Brown is battling. Brown's along the wall. He can't get it going back to the blue line. It's tipped out of the zone. And the Oilers will bat this one now near side for Dallas to enter the zone. Sagan across the line. Ekholm tried to hit the home run pass. Did kind of to Hyman and Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins second guessing himself. Plays it along the boards to Hyman. Doesn't get that pass through near side. Sagan taps it now inside the Dallas end. Bouchard in behind his own goal line. Battle along the wall there as this is picked up now by the Oilers in behind their own net. Ekholm behind looking to start out as Sagan chasing. Hits the shin pads of Ekholm, now picked up by Bouchard across the line, far side. As this one will go to the far side. And here's where the nerves set in, friends. It was comfortable up 2-0, but now the Oilers have really made a game of it. Bouchard at the point. He'll pound the shot on net, blocked in front. 87.2 as this one comes near side now for Bouchard. Bouchard across to the far side, across the line. Keeping it onside is Nugent-Hopkins. This one fired out by Dallas. Breakaway right there, in on net. Deke to the backhand, up over top and into the netting. What a break there for the Oilers. Oh, wow. That one went up over top of the net and out of play. That was unbelievable. Marchment just missed the backhand shelf on Skinner. But the Oilers obviously have to make a game of this here in this third period or we're going to be in trouble. And that's where now this second period, do you just try and get out of it up or down a goal, or what do you do here? As we've got just over 8 minutes remaining and the Oilers really have made this one a very interesting finish here in this third period of play. So we'll see, but we'll see where we go. As that's where we're at. As friends, obviously right now 3-2 for the Dallas Stars. They've scored 3 unanswered. Robertson, Johnston. So the youth movement in Dallas doing the job here so far. And now all of a sudden this game changes on a dime. The Oilers desperately in need of a response here. And they've kind of, this is where the Oilers desperately need to stop this momentum for the Stars. 2, they need to get some shots on net. They have now officially credited with 9. So they have not had a shot this period. 17-9 the shots on goal for Dallas. So 14 unanswered shots for the Dallas Stars. The Oilers now up 25-13 in the hits column. But they gotta find a way to get this job done here in this second period late, or we are going to have some problems to finish up this hockey game, I guess. Again, I didn't see the Oilers collapsing this way, right? I think the way we've seen the Oilers collapse in these games so far against the Stars is, hey, you know what do you do? Tough goal against and move on. And there's really been nothing to argue so far, but this last sequence of goals against has been really, really tough to watch. And you watch this second period thus far, just some really, what the heck goals. 3 goals in 3 minutes and 33 seconds. As, the Oilers desperately need to find a way to stop the puck, as this will be a huge opportunity. 16 different players with a goal in the 2024 playoffs for the Dallas Stars. 8:47 to go in this second period. Face off one back, as this one will be to the far side, picked up by Bouchard up the right wing across the line. Kane's offside by several inches, and we will have a stoppage in play. And Lynn, again, that's exactly it. The Oilers, you don't want to blame anyone. I mean, Chris Knobloch has seen a couple leads get blown in these playoffs where he really should be calling a timeout to swing the momentum back to the Oilers' side. But so far, he has refused to do that, and here tonight again refused to do it after the 2-2 goal. This one kicked down low. Kane staples his mantle against the boards. Nurse pinches. He's going to ultimately come up with the puck down to Kane. Kane trying to lift this one over as Holloway crowds behind the net. Duchesne with the puck here over to the near side. Tanev, far side passes the Dallas Stars across the line. Here now across the line, Pavelski tapped at it. It went off the glass to the far side boards and back to the blue line here. Dallas, the Oilers just seem to be standing around for some reason here in this period to some extent, as this is now fired back by Marshman down low. And again, the Oilers don't even want to go get the puck as this fired towards the middle of the ice, picked up now by Kane. The Oilers trying to start the 2-on-1 back to the way. Kane's a little late getting there. He's going to try and cover up this puck to the far side boards now for Draisaitl. Draisaitl looking to play this puck down low, picked up there by, I think Nurse is actually down low as the Oilers get the attack going in front of the net here. As Hyman with McDavid and Nuge back on the ice here turns over the puck. 17:30 to go in this second period. Lifted in by Heiskanen. Down low to Skinner. Skinner out to play the puck. Will help it along to the far side boards. Stars first ones to it. Shot fired towards the net. Goes blocked there. And the Oilers start back the other way. Here's Nuge with McDavid starting the skate down the right wing. McDavid with the puck now. Looking to the middle of the ice. He'll rip the shot through traffic. Ottinger rips it and obviously grips it right there on the Connor McDavid shot. So tough go here in this second period of play. And yeah, we'll see where the Oilers can kind of start swinging momentum here. As yeah, the Oilers need to get the job done here in this next 7-11. Hey, we got time. Stop at your local convenience stores. Connor McDavid will draw into the face-off dot here. 14-1. So Connor, the captain, obviously knows the Oilers needed a shot and they got it. So 19-14 the shots on goal now, or face-offs for the Oilers. So the Oilers still by all metrics outside of the shot department winning this hockey game, or so it seems here in this second period, outside of the 13 minutes of this second period that the Dallas Stars have decided to show up and play. Tanev to the far side. Harley's going to fire into the Dallas Oilers zone as this now comes Ekholm turning over the puck along the wall. Ben has a poke checked off. Down behind the net it goes. Bouchard sees Ekholm poke check it ahead. The Oilers start up the flight now across now for McDavid over to Bouchard. Ekholm, firing that shot. It goes up over top of the net now. Draisaitl, a lazy play back to Bouchard there. Beat back the other way. Chose not to take Stankoven. The shot by Johnston. Save made by Skinner. A sketchy one at that. But either way, here comes Draisaitl back the other way now for Hyman. Hyman goes along the wall, trying to free that one up near side. Flipped out into the neutral zone, and that is going to go into the stands, and the Oilers are going to get a power play here. So there you have it, a big opportunity for the Oilers. 6:15 to go, and if I'm the Oilers coach here, I might be calling a power play timeout to try and regroup the troops, and it looks like that might just be the play here as Chris Knobloch's got the guys sitting along the boards. As that was a tough, I mean, I don't even know what Suter was trying to accomplish there. That was about as bad of a play behind your own goal line as you can make and delay a game. Puck over glass for Ryan Suter. Chris Knobloch's taken all the time he possibly can get here. And now here's Draisaitl and Connor McDavid and company getting onto the ice here in this second period power play. Is yeah, it's 3-2, but the Oilers power play about to hopefully spark up a 3-3 game as Draisaitl literally right off the face-off, he's like, guys, you didn't even drop that puck legally. Sagan just grabbed it and ripped it back. So now the face-off to be redone with 6:15 to go in this second period. The line's been yelling at Draisaitl, literally yelling at him, hey, whoa, don't get mouthy with me, as this one will be down along the near side boards. Played to the far side now as McDavid fights it back to the blue line for Bouchard. They really got to let Bouchard shoot it here on this power play, one might think. As McDavid down, drives to the front of the net for Nuge. Couldn't get it there, as this one will be fired back into the middle of the ice now. As this will be Bouchard to the far side point. The Stars turn it back the other way, though, inside their own zone. Chris Tanev to the far side. 5:51 to go as the Stars fail the clearing attempt. Nuge! The shot from in front. Rebound goes to the far side boards. Or near side, actually, is that was Draisaitl whacking out. Draisaitl on the near side. No, McDavid up over top of the shoulder. Just couldn't get it cleanly on top of Ottinger. Couple good chances here as this one goes to the far side boards for McDavid. Now we're circling there. That's Draisaitl back from McDavid. Now in front. The backhand there from Hyman goes wide of the net. Now this one's McDavid looking to the far side. He can't get it through cleanly. Back to the high point for Nugent Hopkins. Back over to McDavid. McDavid down low to Hyman. Batting in front, couldn't score the goal as McDavid will backhand it to the blue line. There's Bouchard keeping it onside. Bouchard over to Draisaitl, fans on the shot, and it goes into the corner there as it's back to the high point. Bouchard, oh, he just couldn't keep it onside. And this will come inside the Oilers zone with 40 seconds remaining here in this one. Grinch, welcome aboard. Hans the dog, welcome in. As it's picked up now by Bouchard to the near side. As McDavid kept that onside for a brief moment. Dallas is going to start back the other way, however, and that's going to peel off the top unit here for this one. This one is Bouchard. Now looking behind the net, trying to gear up the attack one more time for the Oilers power play. Across the line into the neutral zone. Henrique skating down the left wing to the far side boards for Foegele. Foegele has a poke checked off his stick. Henrique back to the blue line for Ceci over to Nurse. Nurse off the boards now, picked up by Kane down low to Foegele. Foegele wrap around in front, goes wide. Kane loads up the shot, blocked in front. Rebound right onto the tape of Ceci. He mishandled it. Down low it goes behind the net now. Foegele. Foegele back to the blue line for Ceci. Over to Nurse as he goes down low for Henrique. Second PP unit cooking here 5-on-5 until Seguin gets the puck out, and we'll come back down the ice into the Oilers' end. And Nurse just absolutely upended Seguin there, as that was a big hit on the dump there, and Seguin, well, dusted up with the snow from the ice as this will be flipped inside in on Ottinger, and he kind of had that one bounce awkwardly on him. That would have been a gaff and a half if he let that in for 3-3. As the Stars back the other way, here's Duchesne across the line. He's hit there by Janmark, and he's just going to push down low beyond the net, no problem. As this is now picked up in front, the opportunity firing to the near side point for Petrovic, down low again for Pavelski as this comes along the near side, trying to get this going out of the zone. Here comes Janmark over to the far side for Desharnais. The shot fired up out of play. Desharnais wants a piece of the Dallas Stars here as everybody collides behind the net. This is the first time we've seen this all series. There's an Oilers fan pretty eagerly in on the action behind the net there. As the Oilers going here as that power play just about had it there as McDavid hit the stick handle of Jake Ottinger. That is a tough stop right there. So that is where we are. But the Oilers obviously rolling along here. Jason saying the Oilers got to make the comeback. That they do. They desperately need to make the comeback happen tonight. Obviously, it's been a poor effort in this second period, and now they need a big effort or they are going to be in trouble the rest of the way home here tonight once it goes to the third period, because you cannot expect to win with an effort like the Oilers have had here in this second period. In fact, you can expect to be down a lot of goals. As we go, friends, here, 4,000 views on the stream this evening, so thank you so much for being aboard tonight and hanging out. Really do appreciate you climbing aboard and hanging out with us as we're up over 383 hours watched on the stream. We're just about to the second intermission here, so we continue to get towards good territories here tonight. As we quit playing, Matt. That we did. It was a tough go. It's been ugly thus far. As tough and ugly. As Lane saying flat. Yep, it's been flat period so far for the Oilers, and now they really do need to figure out how to respond. Or as Scott was saying, this very well could be the series if the Dallas Stars come away and just run show first game in Edmonton. Not saying that the Oilers are out of it because of losing this game, but big thing is the Oilers desperately need to make a game of it down the stretch, or there's going to be a problem. As the Green Men are in the building in Edmonton cheering on the Oilers. I know there was apparently some complaining, according to Oilers Nation, about the Green Men, so that's interesting to note right there. As there's Dark Guy as well, I believe, in the stands in Edmonton, so that's interesting to see a whole bunch of fans from other teams joining along the ride here for Edmonton in these Stanley Cup playoffs. I wonder how Vancouver and Leafs fans feel about that. But this one is now a face-off, one back by the Stars outside their own blue line. Flip there, Nurse gloves it into the neutral zone ahead for the Oilers. Here's the hand pass called because it was indeed inside the Oilers zone. So 20-7 all-time series record when tied in a best of 7. So the Oilers obviously have done a good job here. So we'll see what happens. But now the Oilers, yeah, we have to see. Is this one, how is Dallas in trouble? Sorry, Matt, did I say Dallas in trouble? Edmonton's in trouble. Yeah, we need to, I think it's the Oilers that are in trouble in this series if Dallas can really put on a show here. But sorry if I said that. So this one will be a face-off inside the zone. As it's picked up now by Petrovic. Far side, the shot fired towards the net. Save made by Skinner. Coming back the other way now, Draisaitl across the line to the far side, loading up Zach Hyman as the Oilers go to the super line here to try and survive this second period flurry from the Stars. As this scrambling around, McDavid over to Draisaitl. The puck is just bouncing around right in front. Hyman had a jam at it as this comes back near side and flip to the blue line. Here's Bouchard, the shot through traffic, hit Hyman, he's hurt. Rebound, McDavid in front, Ottinger's out, over, Hyman has no stick, shot from Bouchard, blocked in front by Dallas as Ekholm keeps it alive again. He's going to tap that stick, and Dallas, bend, don't break defense right there, keeps that one out, and there's a big hit from Bouchard, who's been physically engaged tonight. Unusual for one man, Evan Bouchard, but you like to see it nonetheless. As this over to the near side now, Ekholm over to Nugent Hopkins, as that was a tough hit right there on top of Zach Hyman. As this one goes back inside the Oilers zone, in behind the line for an icing call as Zach Hyman's shaking off the hand. He's fine and dandy as this one came to the point, and Bouchard absolutely labeled the wrister, and then it hit Zach Hyman in front in the, I don't know where that bit him, on the inside of the wrist. That bit him somewhere, and he was hurt on that play. That was a tough one right there. So we'll see what happens here. I don't know if it bit him in the ankle or what. He kind of limped off the ice, and we'll see him probably not take another shift the rest of the game as this face-off down now for Nurse. Nurse will go to the far side for Desharnais as this one comes behind the net, and this one goes behind again as this bounces off the end as Kane gets a gift to the front of the net, and it'll be fired. Oh, the Oilers keep it on side. This puck is just hopping. I don't even know what to... This hopping worse than it was in Dallas, to be honest with you. As this one's cut down in the neutral zone by Holloway that time. Tapped ahead, and it skips past him back into the neutral, and this puck all of a sudden just started jumping around as here's now Darnell Nurse up the left wing into the neutral zone. I mean, Kane just upended Chris Tanev up off the end of the net. And I don't know if that's an icing call or what the heck the call on that play is, but that puck is just absolutely jumping around out there right now. 18-16 the shots on goal now for Dallas. So the Oilers starting to make it a game of it here. As this will be interesting to see what Chris Knobloch does the rest of the way home in this second period. Adam Henrique draws into the face-off dot. This will be Fogle in here right now as Henrique and everything right to the near side boards. The Oilers back inside their own end as Kulak loads up behind. He tries to get it going to the far side boards up the middle. As this now Fogle batting across the line, back over the zone it came. The Oilers with Bouchard at center ice. He'll fire into the zone as Ottinger goes to the far side. Along the wall now to the middle of the ice. Henrique home for the 3-3 goal. The Oilers tie it up inside the last minute. And that, just like that, the Oilers find the back of the net with the guy coming into the lineup to help out. I can tell you Ryan McLeod couldn't. All playoffs, Adam Henrique can. The tip in front to tie this hockey game at 3. My goodness, let's go. 5:25 or 5:52.5 to go on the clock as Ottinger gives up a gift along the wall there, kind of handcuffed Harley, and then what a tip in front by Adam Henrique to get that to the back of the net, and the Oilers find a way to do this job as Henrique with a strong stick in front burnt Tanev to the front. And Tanev was diving over, and just a good, perfectly placed tip. And now all of a sudden we're back to a 3-3 game. Oilers needed a response late, right? They're always the team letting the other team respond late. Well, here you have it. Now you have 47 seconds to clamp this down. Henrique's second of the playoffs. Pass right in front. Stuart Skinner the save, bailing out the Oilers. 35 seconds to go in this second period pass along the far side boards. The Oilers will transition out of the zone. Draisaitl picks it up in stride on the backhand over to Ekholm. 24 seconds to survive here in this second period of play. This is the highest scoring game of the series officially here as this puck comes back inside. And looks like we got a cross-checking minor coming up to the Oilers here. As CW is saying Henrique would bring it home. Well, Henrique gets it going as Hyman goes to the box here. Marchment thinks he's going to the box as well. And all of a sudden, I think we've got a 4-on-4 situation coming up for one of the first times all playoff series here, as Marchment is being sent off to the box. As they're going to show the highlights here. Is this one right in front there on Duchesne? What a save from Skinner to rebound right there. And that was Hyman Marchment literally died on the play. Hyman came in and just kind of gave him a love tap on the back hips. So that is going to be Marchment going for embellishment as well, because that was a really, you fall dead on the ice after a cross check to the hips. I don't think it was a real cross check. So there you have it. A little bit of embellishment there for Marchment, and the Oilers and everybody will skate 4-on-4. It's a 3-3 game with 15.7 seconds to go in this second period. Down the near side boards along the wall. Robertson's hit there by Draisaitl. Ekholm tries to get it out of the zone. 7.5 seconds to go as Connor McDavid wheels it up, and Bouchard will skate through the neutral. He'll load up the shot from center ice. And what a save made by Ottinger, sticking with it at center ice to stop that one from distance. As there we have it, friends. We are tied 3-3 with just a few seconds left on the board in the second period, and the Oilers get the job done. So excellent effort to get us back to where we need to be in this period, and we'll see where we get going here in this third period. But stay tuned, friends. The Oilers and the Stars, it is going to be a heck of a finish in this hockey game tonight. I'm looking forward to it. We should recap the goal scoring here. I'll give you a watch time update. We'll thank those who are keeping us commercial free tonight, and we'll go from there. Zach Hyman, Connor McDavid, 2-0 Oilers after one period to play. Well, now it's 3-3. How'd that happen? Robertson, Johnson is how it happened. It was a lot of goal scoring very, very, very quickly for the Dallas Stars in that second period, about 3 minutes 33 seconds apart. And of course, Chris Knobloch, as every other Oilers head coach doesn't call a timeout to stop the bleeding. It ends up 3-2, and then with less than a minute remaining in the period, Connor Brown fires a shot over to Adam Henrique, and Adam Henrique scores the tying goal. Connor Brown, you can't waste games when he gets you points, and he has gotten a point again tonight. You cannot waste this effort from Connor Brown. So, friends, Brian, Jack, I appreciate the sentiment. Jesse as well. 20 minutes to go as Mr. Doom, it is true. We played so sloppy, but we are lucky to be here where we are. I'll be right back. Again, friends, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button here tonight. I'll have that ad come up here in a matter of moments. But what I'll tell you right now, as we calculate the watch time one more time, heading into the intermission, 4,471 views times 5.75 divided by the big old 60. How about 428 hours watched on the stream? So that's 734 is just about 300 away from falling this evening. So stay tuned. We'll be right back on the stream in a matter of moments. All right, friends, let's do this. The second period intermission report. That said, we're coming out of the commercial break here, so might as well tell you where we're at in terms of subscribers overall on the channel. Now 16,012 this evening. So thank you to all those of you that have hit that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. Again, I always encourage you to do so, but if you don't feel like it, that's fine and dandy. And also, if you can't do that, that is fine and dandy. We're just glad to have you aboard hanging out with all of us here on the stream. So the Edmonton Oilers now obviously rocking and rolling here into this third period of play, tied at 3. That's a huge go. Lyle's 5-3 Oilers prediction is still good. So again, things are looking good here. Yeah, the Oilers trying their best to get things going here this evening, but yeah, we got to see what the Oilers can achieve in this third period as long as they don't blow it like they did in that second period of play. Zach Hyman, Connor McDavid, Jason Robertson, Wyatt Johnston, and Adam Henrique, the goal scorers so far in tonight's hockey game. Dallas has 3 goals on 20 shots. The Oilers have 3 goals on 16 shots, so that is interesting to keep note of there as well, that for the Dallas Stars, Jake Ottinger's kind of had a tough night in net to some extent as well. Not just Stuart Skinner. 850 save percentage for Skinner, and for Ottinger this evening right now 81.2. So tough go for both goaltenders in this game if they were looking to keep the save percentages up. Yeah, that is the other side too, Mr. Doom. Good thing we don't have a lead to blow here in this period, as yeah, the Edmonton Oilers desperately need not to give up the next goal and try and win this evening's game on the next goal or so. That would be definitely dandy if they could. That would be great. And then hopefully take home a 2-1 series lead. Plenty of work to be done beforehand there, though. As again, a watch time update as well. 453 hours watched, so we continue to roll along here on the stream. So we'll see where we go in this third period, however, as we're going to obviously watch the Oilers and Stars hopefully get off to a really good race, and obviously Elliot Friedman and David Amber talking things over and really making mention of kind of what's been the return of Roope Hintz for the Dallas Stars this evening in a 3-3 game in which Hintz, right, yeah, look at this, injured game 4 against Dallas, kind of had a tough go, and then he's back here against the as they're showing Nazem Kadri there getting injured in a couple of Stanley Cup, in the Stanley Cup 2022, and then scoring the sealing goal for the Colorado Avalanche there against the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm trying to follow the highlight packs with no sounds, as Roope Hintz has 2 assists on the Jason Robertson goals tonight. So yeah, keep in mind he's been good so far right there. So yeah, the Edmonton Oilers need to get the job done here this evening in this third period. That's really all it comes down to. Of course, Kyle Bukauskas joining alongside Wyatt Johnston, who is chatting things up with the reporter for Sportsnet right now as we continue along in this evening's hockey game. Friends, we are just about to get going here in BMAC. McDavid and Draisaitl are not officially playing on the same line together tonight. It's a look that Chris Knobloch's going to throw no matter what throughout the course of a game. But again, it's been Draisaitl with Kane and Holloway, and of course then as well you've had McDavid with Nugent Hopkins and Zach Hyman, which you will see kind of be the recurring theme here the rest of the way home in this hockey game. So as long as it stays 3-3 and it stays in control for the Edmonton Oilers, one might think. So we'll see obviously how that shakes out, but the Oilers desperately need to keep the foot on the pedal here and start scoring some goals in this third period. I like the prediction of 5-3. I really do. Scoring 5 goals on Jake Ottinger is kind of the number we need to hang on that guy to start putting doubt in his hockey game. The penalty summary, obviously we will skate 4-on-4 to begin the third period of play. Zach Hyman for cross-checking late in that period, and Mason Marchment, of course, takes a 2-minute unsportsmanlike embellishment penalty against Zach Hyman for obviously diving on that play. But the Oilers 0 for 2 on the power play so far. The Dallas Stars yet to get a power play this evening. So we'll see where that goes. In lane, you're talking about Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl being on the ice for 8 minutes plus, while Draisaitl has played this evening 14 minutes and 44 seconds. So Obviously, if it gets late and the Oilers need a hero, he could very well be out there. And Connor McDavid has been on the ice for 14:31, so I would assume, yeah, right, they've got lots of gas left in the tank, but it'll be how well Mr. Chris Knoblauch gets performance out of his bottom six early in the period, and how well this 4-on-4 goes, and if the Oilers are kind of starting to game plan for overtime, if they're kind of getting stymied by the Dallas Stars throughout the period. So we'll see what the Oilers can do here in this third period play, but it's going to be fun to see the Oilers obviously come up with an effort like they had late in that third or second period to respond to what was a little bit of an issue there in this second period. A little bit of an issue, I say, but it was a lot of a big of an issue for sure. So we'll see where we go. This is where we gotta get the Oilers going in this third period. Also, I don't know what's going on in the chat right now. You guys are having a lot of fun with the chat right now, and I will say, Bane, I'm with you on that one. $5 on McDavid right now to be the hero in this game. I do not bet on hockey. I will not tell you who to bet on, but I kind of had a feeling where I put on the jersey tonight for the Connor McDavid guy. I had a feeling he was going to have a pretty big game, and obviously a goal and an assist and kind of setting up an opportunity to be the winner chicken dinner tonight. I like where we might be headed this evening. As well, B-Mac mentioning that he likes the third line tonight. Well, I'll tell you, third line has been likable tonight. Again, another Connor Brown goal. He got moved up to the third line. And of course, as well, Adam Henrique coming in for Ryan McLeod gets a goal in his return to action, his second to the playoffs. So what's not to like or the second line and the Edmonton Oilers so far this evening? So again, we're carrying on here on the stream this evening, friends. The Oilers desperately need a good response in this third period. I mean, you saw the effort level Dallas came out with in the second. You got to replicate that and outdo it late in this third period all the way through, because you can't let Dallas come into your building like that and tell you how you're going to play your second period up 2-0. So that was a little embarrassing from the Edmonton Oilers, and I expect much better. I expect much more in this one. So we'll see where we go as we continue here on the back end of the live stream, friends. Things are just adding up. The watch time is absolutely insane, and we're watching the 25th anniversary of Hockey Day in Canada here, showing off some highlights from over the 25 years. Ron McLean in the crowd with everybody here. Lanny McDonald going snow canoeing across the lake there in the town of Canmore over the course of the year. Some highlights here of some games being played for the Canmore Eagles, it looks like, against the Fort McMurray Oil Barons. So I think they're announcing that Canmore will be the host of Hockey Day in Canada this year. And if there's ever been a year to go down to Canmore, January 18th, I think this might be the year to go hang out in Canmore, January 18th, friends. That is something that I might have to do here, as that looks like an easy go. So, Hyman getting the winner, Connor with the assist, of course. I would take that all day. I would not mind that at all, as Oilers fans boldly celebrated that third goal to get that going, and BMAC as well saying Dylan Holloway with a big period. That would be awesome to see. Everybody's getting their stuff going on here. Yeah, for sure. We'll see where we go, but yeah, the Edmonton Oilers need to get a big effort here in this one. And Mr. Doom, do I still want Derek Ryan on a break? Oh, you still want Derek? Sorry, I thought you were asking me if I wanted Derek Ryan on a break. No, I think Derek Ryan on a break in the third period would definitely be a little bit of poetic justice. After I questioned if he should still be in the lineup for Game 3, I was between him and McLeod for this evening's game when Adam Henrique was announced he was coming back. I think the big thing is for Derek Ryan, the penalty killing, which hasn't been tested tonight, has been pretty stellar. So him and Nuge have been a pretty knockout combo up top. So we'll see if the Oilers indeed give him another chance. So Ace, is there any chance I can roll back the chat delay by 10 seconds? It's hard to combo with anyone in a timely fashion. That's kind of the problem, is when most of you guys get chatting, it's not just one person spamming the chat. So to roll it back, I don't know how much of a difference that would make back home, but at the same rate. I think I also kind of brought it down to 45 seconds tonight from 48. Kind of noticed the chat kind of died out there at the end of the game last game. So again, I'm trying to figure it out, but it just never seems I can get it perfect. So we'll dial it back up to 48 next game, and we'll see where we go from there. So we'll see what the Oilers can do. But again, yeah, the Edmonton Oilers right now heading into this third period tied 3-3, friends. As I have my stuff to figure out. I like it. Noted. I will put that down for things to change for next stream. Again, didn't think it would impact much, knocking it down 3 seconds. But again, that is the problem with doing anything here on the back end. You mess with a good thing, and all of a sudden things get messed up. As we're showing off some ads here for Hazel May and of course Voltaire. Just kind of looking over everything else that I need to be aware of. I don't think there's much else to really mention, so we should be good to go for this third period of play once we get back to commercials. Yes, no worries there as the Oilers 48-second chat delay. Yeah, TCAM. So between messages, you're timed out for so you throw in a chat, friends. For those of you asking what the message delay is, if you throw a chat in the chat, it will not allow you to send another message for 48 seconds. That's, well, 45 tonight, but 48 seconds last time out. It's just kind of one of those things to prevent those, right, you know, those spam chats where it's 1111 or it's just a smiley face a million times over. It's just to prevent that from happening. Usually, if you prevent that, it kind of keeps the chat kind of clean. So that is good. And Lane wondering if you're spoiling the game for me when the team score. I look at it, and basically all I use it as is an advanced warning to call the game a little better and really make the goal call memorable for those folks back home. So it's almost like my advanced pre-scout to some extent. So yeah, what do we got going on here? 487 hours as we get back underway for period number 3. We're tied 3-3. So we'll see what happens as Magic goes for a bike ride and everything breaks loose. Yeah, that seems about right. So, yeah, and that's the other side too. The scoreboard usually has it as well. So if I see it in the chat, I peek over at the scoreboard. If the scoreboard has it, I say, let's giddy up and do this thing. Turnover chances 8-7 for the Stars. Cycle chances 7-7. Slot shots 14-12. And high danger chances 8-7 so far in tonight's hockey game for the Oilers. So let's see where this one goes. As this will be Hyman in the box here, and Marchment in the box as well as we escape 5-on-5 face-off at center ice. Oilers fans pumping up the crowd here. There's the two, I don't know what are the like Lorax-looking characters. I don't know what you would call them. As this one will be a face-off at center ice. The Oilers Bouchard helps win it back. Buck 42 to go in the 4-on-4 as Bouchard inside his own zone will pick up to the far side. The Oilers up the middle of the ice will scramble it into the Dallas Stars zone, and that puck will ultimately see Connor McDavid lose his footing, and the puck all the way back inside the Oilers zone with 12 seconds gone in this period. McDavid just looked past that puck and then just kind of casually lost his footing and went down. That's a clean sheet of ice for you. As McDavid skates back into his own zone. The ice has been, to some extent, a little bit of a problem here as this game goes on. 5 shots, 8 attempts for Connor. As Heiskanen off the draw gets the puck along the wall. Drysdale gave him a bump past the middle there by the Stars. Trying to get it going back to the blue line as Robertson rolls it around to the far side. Bouchard pushes it back down low to Ekholm. Ekholm over to Bouchard. Bouchard back to Ekholm. As this one in behind the net now. Stuart Skinner gets up out of the butterfly as this will be Ekholm across the line now, skating onto it. Drysdale right through the middle, backhand on Ottinger, turned to the side. Here's McDavid along behind the net for Heiskanen. Pass now down low for Heiskanen over to the near side. Ben across the line. The Oilers turn him back immediately into the neutral zone. 50 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. We've almost skated a minute of this third period. And a turnover at the side of the net there. Dangerously by Harley. He's taken down by Nugent Hopkins for his effort, but that one got kind of crazy as this one goes back near side, trying to get things going across the line, loading up Ben to the near side. Harley over to the far side for Tanev. This 4-on-4 is going nowhere fast in this third period of play as 18:39 to go. The Stars really just trying to puck possession and control this one here as Kane goes chasing Harley behind the net, takes a whack on his hands. Can't free up that puck back the other way across the line. This one will be batted up through the neutral part of kind of the offensive zone, right into the corner area as both teams jostled up for it, back out in the neutral zone now, as that will wind off the 4-on-4. And I think the Dallas Stars were content to just kill clock there and not allow the Oilers any chances towards the net. This one past the middle now. CC backhands up, loads up Connor McDavid over to Zach Hyman. Or sorry, that is, I don't even know who that is. Is that Connor Brown on the ice now for the Oilers? I guess it was, alongside Hyman and McDavid. That's a weird line combination looking. It's going to be tapped ahead now for Hyman, as this line might get 5-on-5 here, as this is going to go to the far side boards, bounced along the wall. The Stars get the turnover here. Now McDavid trying to strip the pocket. Instead, here's a nice play by Desharnais, firing into the far side corner. Hyman in on the attack. That will leave there. The Oilers peeled off for a line change as Carrick comes onto the ice now. The Stars bend across the line, blocked in front by Ekholm, goes out of play. And this has been a weird go here in this third period so far. I really like this. This is almost the start of a first period, not the third period, as this has been a wild situation so far, as both teams kind of fallen into some weird patterns here in this third period in the first 2.5. 3-3 the goals so far tonight. 6 goals, 12 points in the last 6 home games for one Leon Draisaitl, who has had an absolutely fantastic playoff so far. This being game number 15 of the playoffs now for Leon Draisaitl. Both teams now starting to see their point production kind of creep down a little bit from the usual suspects. 9 of last 11 games decided by 1 goal. 7 wins for the Oilers. I don't know why they recycled that stat from last game, where it was 9 of 10 and 7 wins, because you just went out there and lost the game the way you did. But it is what it is, as we will have the face-off inside the Oilers zone. I'm not sure what the delay is here. Carrick's on the ice talking things over to see if he's going out there or not, as Carrick and Brown are on the ice right now, where they get ushered to the bench here, as Oilers fans are cheering along inside the stands. Some fans get ushered to their seats here, as we have a long delay here in this third period for some reason or another. 17:27 to go, as we're still talking things over. The Dallas Stars set up for the face-off now, and I think we're going to see where we go in this third period of play. Oilers fans cheering along in the stands, and we're still talking things over. I'm really not sure what the delay is here, as Draisaitl is going to skate towards the dot now, as Lauren's saying it's an ice repair. Finally, they show the linesman kind of working over the ice over on the far side point area, as the Oil Riggers in their, well, I guess coveralls and no shirts, partying up in the stands as well. 17:27 to go here in this third period. Face off, one back. The Oilers near side as Bouchard skates down the right wing, taps it into the neutral, on a couple of bounces onto the tape of Kane, fired right in front for the tip of Draisaitl, up over top of the net, as this one comes back near side boards as Bouchard along the wall against Stankoven, battling there up off the glass. It goes to the point, and this is going to be Holloway battling it back. Instead, Ben across the line, couple of whacks there. The Oilers helping along, digging in there, and this is nice to see the Oilers digging in to try and keep the puck alive, and this will skate down all the way in the Stars zone for Kane, who rides out Suter along the end wall. Kane and Suter again battle there, couldn't do that job. 16:46 to go. Puck is helped up into the neutral zone, through the middle now, carrying ahead. Backhand there, Holloway's knocked off the puck, and that was a rough ride there for Holloway, as he was kind of roughed over there by the Stars up in the grill areas. This is a shot from the far side into the netting off a block, and this will be up over top. As this has been, like I said, an interesting period so far. I really don't know what to think overall, as Draisaitl drove to the front of the net, got the tip down from Kane by the looks of it, but just couldn't get it into the back of the net there, about 6 inches too high and 6 inches too left. As this puck is in beyond the net now, CC with it. 16:25 to go here in this third period of play. Puck over to the far side. Nurse rips it inside the Dallas zone, as Ottinger goes around to the far side, battling along the wall there as Brown tries to keep this puck alive. It goes into the benches. 16:12 to go in this third period. We'll have a stoppage in play and a face-off inside the Dallas zone. As the current 50-50 jackpot, again, friends, if you haven't gone out and gotten your 50-50s this year, you got to make sure to do that. It's currently at $2.5 million. Bricks of Oilers fans in the seats tonight. And there's the Oilers fan with the big old oil drop face paint and the oil riggers in the coveralls. Everybody's enjoying this. Everybody's got the pom-poms going and trying to figure out where this game is going to take us next. Mick's saying a 4-3 Oilers final here in this game. Well, I'd like to see, if we're going to go 4-3, I want to see overtime. If we're going to go 5-3, I want to see obviously regulation. That's the only way it can happen. If we get 4-3 in regulation, I want to see 5-3. If we go 3-3 through regulation, I guess it's got to be 4-3, doesn't it? Is this down now? Heiskanen, far side shot, looking to the middle, couldn't get the pass off the pads of Skinner. 15:52 to go in this third period of play. Far side shot not available for Pavelski. Along the wall now, tapped out by the Edmonton Oilers. Through the middle now, Bouchard. 3-on-2 back the other way. Hyman skating in as the Stars even up the numbers down low. As this one comes near side, this will be Heiskanen firing up into the middle of the ice, tipping down low off of the back of the net. Here's McDavid lining up the shot from Marchment, as Marchment kind of gave him a little bit of an elbow up off the glass. The Stars control here. Picked up Harley off the wall, tipped into the Oilers zone. Back behind now, Skinner goes to the far side, battling along the wall back into the neutral zone. Is this now Harley again chasing into the Stars' end? Both Derek Ryan and Sam Carrick take a pass at him. Near side, as this one's picked up to the far side, bounced across the line, Hintz with the puck. Oilers battling along the wall, or along the middle of the ice to the wall now, as the shot fired down low to the far side. This third period, I don't know where the flow, I don't know where the energy went in this third period, but it just seemed to disappear as Janmark's pushed off the puck. This game has once more tightened up as Harley through the middle of the ice, backhands into the Oilers zone. Stuart Skinner just jabbed at it like he was spearing the thing, like he was spearing a whale there or something. As this one is now Holloway over near side now for CC. Will tap back up over to Holloway near side boards as Holloway busts into the near side corner. Puck along the near side wall is going to go for Darnell Nurse, picked up by Draisaitl. Draisaitl, as this game kind of goes stale here along the boards, turns it over to the Stars, but I don't know where the high energy and pace went. Both teams kind of tired. Shot right in front. Johnson wildly wide. Oilers just bled a great chance there for the Stars. Heiskanen over to the far side for Ben down along the wall as Alfredo. I don't think I've welcomed you in here tonight. And this one's in behind the net now for Stankoven. Stankoven off the end wall. He's battling there, trying to get this puck going. Back shot up for Suter, blocked in front. Rebound there for Stankoven is stolen away. And here come the Edmonton Oilers back the other way across the line. Kane trying to tap it there. He's going to back it over to Draisaitl, not so successfully. And this will be fought on by Connor Brown as the third line for the Oilers comes across the line. 13:20 to go in this third period. Pass to the near side boards. As nice play by Henrique to backhand it in behind the net and get Ottinger out of the net there, and that allows the Oilers on the turnover to get it back to the blue line. The shot from Desharnais off the Ottinger off the end wall twice, and now Desharnais tries to keep this on side. He will. Down low it goes to Brown past him. Lindell out to play this puck. Along the wall now, Fogle had it poked away from him. This is going to skate back inside the Oilers zone as Kulak bats it along the wall now to Desharnais. Desharnais off the end wall. He's trying to keep this one alive. Tapping it there to Brown. Brown to the far side boards. No, he kept it himself. Everybody, are you falling asleep? It's 8:46. I'm starting to fall asleep myself as the Oilers have really played a slow third period. So too have the Dallas Stars. And the longer this period stays slow, the longer the Dallas Stars creep in for that next goal. As Fogle in behind the net here. Pavelski over to Connor McDavid off the poke by the Oilers defense. Here's McDavid chipping and charging for Hyman. As Hyman goes up off the wall, as Hyman gets it back to McDavid, back home over to Bouchard. Misses the pass right there. So this has been a weird period so far. Only one shot all period, and it's the Oilers Draisaitl getting it earlier on. 11:54 to go. This shot right through the middle as it goes to the far side. Ekholm battling against Hintz there. Pass right to the middle of the ice hits an Oilers player, and this is getting sleepy here for some reason. 11:40 to go. Maybe the lack of oxygen describing nothing here, as that will be Nugent Hopkins down low to Ottinger. I'm going to take a breath here, as this will be a far side pass that goes nowhere. Seguin trying to get it down low, avoided icing, however, pass to the far side. Johnson in the near side corner, sees it flip off a CC in behind the net, as this will back along the near side wall. Carrick picking it up now for Nugent Hopkins, and this one to the far side boards, as this is inside the Dallas zone. Pick up there by Carrick. Both teams, as Magic's saying, the ultra annoying defensive modes. Yeah, this has been a tight third period, and neither team really bleeding chances. Shot by CC off the end wall, bounces off the boards here, and it'll be picked up by Dallas. Up through the middle, Ben will fire into the Oilers zone. Skinner out to play the puck with superior confidence on that play. Ripped up the near side boards into the neutral zone by the Oilers. And this will be Derek Ryan just tapping it along the benches. And Dallas trying not to take a too many men call here as Draisaitl across the line. Draisaitl loads up Desharnais, and he just couldn't quite bite the puck back the other way. And then a bumble there by Dadonov cost them a breakaway chance. Dadonov, who's I think had 2 or 3 breakaway chances or so it seems in this series so far, just couldn't bite it there, and the Oilers going to tap it back the other way across the line. Picked up by Holloway now for Desharnais, pass to the far side, across now, stolen there by the Dallas Stars, and back now to the attack it comes. The shot loading, blocked in front to the far side. Kane with the puck here, as this will come now, picked up for Bouchard up off the glass. The Oilers across the line. Here's Holloway. Kane stealing the puck. Kane, I think I've noticed a little bit more than I did in Game 2. That's been a good thing here so far, as this one will be tapped into the neutral zone. Dadonov with the puck over the far side. Now Duchesne driving in on net. Stopped by Skinner. Oh boy, Skinner absolutely got it going, and now here comes Connor Brown. It's stripped away from him. The Stars across the line now. Marchment, the shot up over top of Skinner, save made. And this one's tapped back down low, as the Oilers suddenly give up a couple chances here as the Stars get going. Duchesne has it stolen away from him. Near side it comes. Ceci bumps the man along the boards. You don't usually see Ceci throw that kind of hit, but you love to see it, as this will be a shot now for Nurse, as this one's along the boards, as Connor gets the turnover. Shot fired by Connor McDavid, save made. This is Fogle firing down low. Michael, welcome into the chat again as McDavid goes back to the point. The shot loads, save made in front by the linesman on the offside against the Edmonton Oilers, as both teams were just now starting to get in the vibe of it, and I guess the Oilers hit the post there on that Desharnais chance. I thought it was just saved by Ottinger, but kick save by Skinner. Oh boy. This has been a third period so far from both teams. Not one that I'm very much a fan of, but hey, what do you do? The Oilers and Stars have delivered something here. And as Ace is saying, it's going to come down who just wants it more at this point. As both teams battling so far, we're at 560 hours watched on the stream. So it is where we're at this evening, friends. We're about 560, 550, whatever I just said. And we're about to see if we can gain up that last 180 hours to get towards the grand total of 730 from the last stream. As I know it's kind of a different climate out there in this third round, as the NHL is live streaming their own games as well here on YouTube. So it is what it is. As this Oilers team will try and find a way to get the job done in this third period. It would be absolutely nice to see them do the job, that's for sure, as it's been a battle thus far. But yeah, the Oilers need to do this job here in this third period, because you started 2-0. You cannot afford to lose this game at this point. And obviously what's been a good effort so far outside of period number 2 has to be rewarded with a victory for the home fans. 39-20 the hits as well for the Oilers. You can't waste that. Connor Brown's had a point tonight, Adam Henrique has a goal in his first game back in the lineup, truly since being injured. I know that 11 minutes in the Vancouver series counts, but I really don't count that. So, Insane, welcome in. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up, friends. We are 8 likes away from 150 this evening as well. Forgot to mention that along the ride, as we've had a whole bunch of other stuff to mention. Adam Henrique, 1 goal, 12:57 ice time. What I will tell you as well, for those of you back home, Crozier, Hockey, and Metal, and of course Rigger, all throwing down the super chats this evening. So thank you so much to everybody for doing that, keeping us commercial free throughout the rest of the game, as this one comes back to the far side boards down along the end wall. The Oilers chasing into their own zone, getting back near side point. CGE joining in as well late here in this third period of play along the near side boards, as the Oilers can't seem to keep it in along to the Oilers line. Hintz has the puck now along the end wall. The puck bounces now for the Stars, as again the puck's being whipped around the zone here. A fan shot, wild fan shot right there, as this one right in front, shot off a Skinner, goes in. And oh boy, Robertson just completed the hat trick against the Edmonton Oilers here in this third period, as that's his first career playoff hat trick, and the Oilers need a response right there. That was a devastating shot on goal. I think all the Oilers stopped skating again by the looks of it here as it come along the end wall, and this one just comes down as stick broke at the point. Yeah, no, all the Oilers just stopped skating. Nurse went to a knee instead of attacking, and I don't know how Skinner gets beat in that position. I mean, Robertson banked it in off the 2 inches that was open there, but that one off, yeah, I mean, there's not much else Skinner can do there covering the post. But 4-3 Dallas with 8:06 to go in this third period, chasing by a goal again, as that was a tough, I mean, what the Oilers were doing defensive area, I don't know, but back to the play we are. Near side boards, as here comes Zach Hyman, as this one comes along the wall to the near side point. It'll be Jamie Benn coming out here. 7:48 to go in this third period of play, as that come along the wall. That's what I was saying. The longer this one stays tied, the longer it stays sleepy in this third period. Eventually Dallas was going to find a way to break the tie, and they did, as Hyman skating down the right wing. He's across the line offside, as Ben gives him a jolt. It was 7:32 to go. Things not looking as according to plan as they were in this third period here. So CW, let's do this. Let's do this overtime now. Yeah, I think so for sure. Overtime would not be bad at all. As Cam, the only thing to remember, at one point in this hockey game, it was indeed Jake Ottinger. After giving up the third goal, he had an .812 save percentage himself. So the Oilers, if they find a way to crack him on the next goal, if they can find a next goal on the next, 2 shots, I guess, for the Oilers, it would be Jake Ottinger with a 800 save percentage once again. So it's kind of the big thing. The Oilers, if they can find that next goal, they will be fine. We can all dunk on Skinner, but again, you know you've busted 3 past Ottinger, and that's been good enough to win once in this series. So you gotta find a way to score this next goal. Again, you can complain about the goaltending, use it as an excuse all you want. The Oilers, they haven't had their best tonight. Now they got to find a way to fire through and get this job done. So, yeah, the Edmonton Oilers need to get this next goal. That's all I can say right here. So, yeah, this that's as well as William's saying too. If the Oilers can. If any team can tie this game, the Oilers can. And that's the other side, too. We got plenty of time. Unlike the last game, we got 7 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in this third period. So there is plenty of time to go in this third period to get this one going. And that's where we'll echo the sentiments that it's never over until it's over for the Edmonton Oilers here tonight, as we'll have the GMC top performer of the evening. That would go to Jason Robertson all day long. If I know a thing about hockey, is they're going to show the highlights here for Robertson, absolutely clapping home some perfectly placed shots this evening, and being Johnny on the spot, right? I mean, credit to Jason Robertson for working hard out there this evening to get towards the open spaces. Rachel, welcome aboard. As yeah, it's got to be now, as this is it's going to be where we're at, as this puck is flipped out to the neutral zone by the Dallas Stars into the Oilers' end. Bouchard now with the puck to the far side across the line, picked up by Draisaitl, tipped in towards the net, couldn't get it on there as this is Ekholm down low, as it's Draisaitl and McDavid back on the ice together now. Of course, you don't want to see Knobloch resorting to that too much here in this third period. You want to see him keep rotating the top two lines together, but that's where we find ourselves right now, as here comes Draisaitl across the line. Draisaitl looking back to the point for Bouchard. He's stripped of the puck of Hintz, and of course that's where Hintz comes in handy for the Dallas Stars. A lot of speed back the other way as this is a battle along the end wall. The Stars with the puck right in front to Johnston. Puck is flipped away, and here comes McDavid. McDavid across the line now for Hyman. Hyman will tap to the far side boards, and this rolls for Harley. Harley will pick up this puck along the wall now for Hintz. Hintz along now helps it to Dadonov. Dadonov battling along there, and I'm seeing a light flicker there along the wall as this one's going to be tapped into the near side wall by the Oilers. Battling along, picked up by Carrick. Carrick will flip into the Stars territory, and this is where the Oilers need to play not a bland style of hockey in this third period now, as they got to kind of go lights out here down the stretch in the last 6 minutes of play. As flip back inside the Stars Oilers territory. Desharnais along the wall picked up, and this is again where the nerves pick up, friends. Down a couple of goals, down a goal a couple of times in this game. The nerves, I didn't think were going to have to be tested tonight, but they are, as this puck's picked up and flipped out in the neutral zone. The Stars again across the line. Shot fired towards the net, rolling around behind the Stars, looking to the high point. Suter, the shot from Heiskanen in front, goes wide of the net. It's tapped up, and here comes the Oiler attack back the other way again. As I smell burning on my fireplace here, so that is a tough problem. As this one goes to the far side boards, clapped down there by Nugent Hopkins. Holloway steals the puck over to Ceci. Ceci down the right wing, across the line, battles down Suter there as this one's along the end wall. Heiskanen to Kane in front on the turnover. Kane fires the shot again. Ceci with the puck battles it down low for the Oilers, and all of a sudden the Oilers have a little bit of offensive zone time going. Here is a shot from Nurse, goes wide of the net. Kane fires one towards the net, goes wide. Rebound in front now for Nugent Hopkins over to, what is that, Nurse near side. Fired the shot towards the net. Rebound off of Ottinger, cleared out to the middle of the ice by the Stars, and Holloway hops on that puck. 4:43 to go here, and this one now is tapped back inside the Oilers zone. The shots 21-21 apiece, and they're going to say Nurse took a penalty there with 4:37 to go in this third period. Nurse cannot believe it, and the Oilers guilty of no penalties all game outside of the 4-on-4, and Nurse takes an interference call up the ice, and look on his face says it all. He cannot believe that one, but again, you stick out the arms with a guy going up the ice. So the Oilers need to get the penalty kill to be successful here late in this hockey game, and then obviously come up with a huge effort in this one. Scott, I think you were asking for the Oilers, do they go to Calvin Pickard in the next game if we end up losing this one? Yeah, do we go to Pickard if we lose this game? I would not be surprised to see the Oilers go to Pickard. I thought they would honestly go to him here in Game 3. Again, I'm sitting here thinking I honestly think the Oilers are not worse for wear if they have Skinner or Pickard in net. So that's the thing. I was thinking you rest Skinner in Game 3. You give Pickard Game 3, allow him to get you a win or a loss, whatever happens, and then you throw back Skinner in there to close out the series as you did against Vancouver. That's at least what I expected here tonight. And Lyle, for the first time all game, yeah, your prediction there, 5-3 is done and dusted. But the Oilers have to find a way now to get this job done here in this third period. That's what we've been saying all game long. Well, now it comes down to getting this finished off here. And again, friends, as well, we'll go quickly check out the watch time one more time, as we're now up over 616 hours. We're in dangerous territory of not completing the watch time goal this evening of 7:35. So we got a little bit of stream to cover off here the rest of the way home. And then hopefully for the Oilers, we can really come up with a big effort here in game number 3. So we got to see what we see as Robertson takes the draw. Well, he's skating in for the draw here, but the Dallas Stars take it. It was Jamie Benn as it's lifted down into the Dallas zone. Picked up. This game's far from over here, though, as this is going to be now for Heiskanen over to the near side. As this picked up across the line now. Benn firing it back to the blue line. The Oilers see it whipped around to the far side. Shot down low as Ekholm will fire out into the middle of the ice, and it's tapped there by the Oilers. Near side, Pavelski. With 30 seconds already gone in the power play, as the Oilers again penalty killing coming up clutch here in the playoffs. Needs to come up huge here in this moment as Desharnais was thrown down on the ice. 20 straight penalty kills. That might be a bad omen here, as this one is to the far side as Benn along the far side wall. He's taken down there. The Oilers are going to get clear. Here comes Janmark. Back the other way. Janmark down the wing. Janmark, the shot save made by Ottinger, and he's going to have to freeze that puck with time in there. So an offensive zone draw here in this one. So you like to see it as Janmark pushing that puck down deep. That's your fourth line grinder right there. Throwing the puck on net and making Dallas have to make a save. You'll love to see it as we'll have a face-off now. Inside the Dallas zone, you'll have Henrique and Foegele come out as the offensive duo on this draw. You like your chances there, right? McLeod and Foegele would normally be your penalty killing thing, but this one now will be a face-off instead for the Oilers, and the Stars are going to call a timeout inside their own zone on an offensive draw. That is gutsy. As Emery, welcome aboard. Glad to have you aboard this evening from Turkey, I'm seeing here. So thanks for hanging out with us, as this is going to be a big opportunity here for the Edmonton Oilers on this face-off. Stuart Skinner understanding what's at stake here. Skinner is going to go to the bench for the Oilers. He's at the bench. He's getting instructions from Mark Stewart right now. Paul Coffey as well talking to him. As timeout is going to come to an end, Skinner skates back to the net. So thankfully, Chris Knobloch has learnt, and he is not going to pull the goalie here this early in this hockey game. 3:43 to go in this third period to play. 22-21 now the shots for the Oilers. Face off now for Nugent Hopkins in the trigger position with Derek Ryan taking the draw. So they had lined up Henrique and Foegele. The Oilers ultimately lose the draw. They will retreat out of the zone. That, though, precious time ticked off the clock, as this one will be back across the line here. And Crozier, thank you so much for the super chat again, as we're hoping for a good omen on that one. Back to the point here. It's going to go out of the Dallas zone, or all the way down to the Dallas zone rather, as 3:20 to go here in this third period, as this one is lifted up by Heiskanen. Back across the line now for Johnston over to the near side. Harley down their left wing. Shot bounces off a body. Back to the blue line. Out in the neutral zone. Race for it. Heiskanen makes the play, but Brown's got a second effort on that puck. Loose in the neutral zone. Now there's an opportunity across the line for Dallas. Looking back to the blue line. Harley fires this one down along the wall. Harley back now near side for, I believe that is Johnston, as this one's back to the point. Harley again, far side board pass there. Ekholm cuts it off. 6 seconds to go. Nurse is coming out of the box with 2:40 to go. Brown lifts ahead in on Ottinger, and I'm sorry, I don't want to predict what happens next, but friends, the last time a fourth line grinder for the Oilers, Connor Brown, right? Last time it was Derek Ryan, flipped a puck on net, got a face-off just after a penalty was killed on the opposing goalie. The team scored, so I wouldn't be wondering what happens here. And Crozier, come visit Maui. It's something I've always wanted to do. I think sometime in the next 2 years, 3 years, it's going to happen. But again, all this vacation time as I grind away. I know I was talking about buying a house there a little while ago. Well, as the vacation time grinds away towards work and other days that I can't be at work, trying to make a little bit more money. It's what we find here. Oilers fans on their feet, trying to bring this building roof off pretty much, as they're trying to blow the roof off right here, as this is going to be a face-off inside the zone here, as this one will be a face-off now for Drysdale, kicking and fighting it down low as Hyman gets the puck along the end wall. McDavid out there, empty net for the Oilers. Puck fired down the length of the ice is going to have draw weight for icing. Thank goodness. Whoo, boy, that was dangerous towards the net. Pavelski just missed that one wide. 2:24 to go. Friends, if the Oilers score and you see it on your screen before I'm anywhere close to it, just light up the chat, okay? That's all I'm asking. Blow up the chat when the Oilers score. Let's get this job done here. 7,000 views now on tonight's live stream. 2:24 to go in this third period to play. Oilers got to bring it home here as the faceoffs. One back to the point. Near side, Bouchard at the line. Plays it down now for McDavid. McDavid spinning over the corner. He will fire the shot towards the net. Rebound in front. Nobody could jam it home as Draisaitl goes behind the net now to the far side. Here's McDavid along the far side wall. Down low again to Draisaitl. Puck right in front as Pavelski tries to play this puck. Instead turns it over to McDavid. Back to Bouchard. The shot in front blocked. And this one will go out of play over top of the net with a $1:57 to go in this one. As this is going to be a good finish. As the Oilers really got some good chances right there. As this one played to the middle there. And the Oilers, Hyman jamming away in the pads right there. Just about had it. Couldn't do it. So, yeah. Greg, what's going on here? Well, I'm telling you, the Oilers need to find a way to finish a puck on net. $1:57 to go in this third period of play, as this one will be a face-off. Now for Draisaitl, near side inside the Stars zone. We just got lucky on that last icing there for the Stars, and they're going to fire this puck down the ice and hit the empty net. The Stars have been good on hitting the empty nets from distance tonight, and that a face-off inside the zone that the Oilers just could not win. And now 5-3 the score for the Dallas Stars as the Oilers top line unit finished that one off with an empty net goal right there as everybody crashed in and McDavid was tangled up, just couldn't get there, but shot goes all the way down the ice into the Oilers net. Heiskanen, I think, got the goal for Dallas. $1:52 to go here. Another game which the Dallas Stars score 2 more goals than the Edmonton Oilers, and the Oilers come up with only 3 tonight. Draisaitl comes out to take the face-off. Oilers not done yet. I mean, you get a power play here, you get a power play goal rather quickly, and then away you go. But this one, face-off, one back by McDavid. McDavid and crew with Hyman on the ice here as this one's fought into the Oilers zone. Here's Hintz being taken down. No call-up coming against the Oilers, thankfully, there. And this will be along the near side boards. Robertson along the wall now to Ekholm. Ekholm battling there as this one comes back through the far side. Blingman, thank you so much. As this one will be along the wall. Picked up now by Hintz. As this one goes to the far side. Heiskanen along the wall. Fired back down low. Empty net for the Oilers again. As this one will be up the near side wall as it'll be McDavid starting ahead. $1:12 to go as this across the line. Back to the blue line. Bouchard mishandles that puck. Hintz with an open net. Marchment with an open net. Marchment sees it poked off his stick there, and that's going to start back the other way. Here's Holloway across the line to the far side for I don't even know what's going on here. Holloway in front, battled in front. Ottinger bails himself out somehow. The puck goes into the neutral zone, skating hard back for his Nurse. Nurse on the back skate gets that puck. And with 43 seconds to go in this third period of play, the Dallas Stars look all but certain to strike here for game number 3, take home the victory in this third game, and we will do this Wednesday night in a defeat for the Edmonton Oilers. Across now, down in the Oilers zone with 26 seconds to go in this third period to play. Pass over to Bouchard. Bouchard now to the far side, across the line, shot fired towards the net. This is just pretty much playing out the game from here. No stoppages in play, nothing else as the Oilers play to the middle. Here's Bouchard firing a shot up over top. Rebound in front. The Oilers just can't get the puck to settle for him here. And it looks like we'll have a stoppage in play here in this third period. And again, for those of you saying Stuart Skinner better not play game 4 like Cam is and everybody else is in the chat, what I will tell you right now, right honestly, when it comes down to it, start Picard in game 4. I was ready to start Picard in game 3. I'm not going to sit here and claim that I wanted Skinner to start game 3 by any metrics. I really thought, rest Skinner, start Picard, give Skinner game 4 and 5, and try and close out the series if you win game 3. But instead, here is the case. And the Oilers now down 2-1 in the series, 5-3 final for the Dallas Stars. Friends, we will transition to the post-game edition, but not without saying thank you so much for being aboard tonight. And I do want to say a huge shout-out to everybody back home for sending in the Super Chats. Of course, you got Crozier, you got Hockey and Metal Crozier a couple times, 3 times over. And then as well, you've got Riggers39 there throwing down the Super Chat, and Blingman at the very end. Thank you so much, guys, for making it easy to do the job tonight. Obviously, keeping it commercial free. I don't think I sent a commercial at all this evening. So let's go quickly to the post-game edition now, and let's talk about starting Calvin Picard in game number 4. This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard to the post-game edition between the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars. What I will tell you for the Oilers tonight is almost proof in the pudding. You know, Stuart Skinner's been phenomenal through the past 4 games prior to tonight, ultimately giving up 4 goals on 22 shots this evening in a really tough finish for the Edmonton Oilers, a game in which you needed to win the goaltending battle by the looks of it, and you end up losing it. So it goes back to, I think, the real simple solution for the Oilers, and again, the Oilers never do anything simple, but the simple solution tonight would have been to start Calvin Picard, gamble on the backup, getting you the victory in game 3, and then go back to Stu to try and close out the series in game 5 or 6. Tonight, though, instead, now you're down 2-1 in the series after a 5-3 loss, 4 goals against for Stuart Skinner, and you got to find a way to battle back in the series in game 4, and then ultimately try and win it in 6. So how you do that, I think it's the exact same thing you saw against the Vancouver Canucks. Stu's had a couple so-so performances now in this series, so I assume what you do is go out and try and now start Calvin Picard, get back in the series with a good performance. If Picard gets game number 5, so be it. But again, I think you're not faulting Stu for the loss, but you're also not saying he was fault-free, right? That's, I guess, where it's at. It's not a perfect performance. It's not the world's worst performance. I mean, the Oilers were within a goal still in this game, same as they were last game, but it's one of those, there's enough to say the backup should go in there. It's not like Calvin Picard's a backup goaltender who has 10 games of experience in the NHL and has a .308 goals against average this season and an .812 save percentage for you. No, he's been a pretty good backup for you this evening, or this year, and a pretty good goalie when called upon here in the 2 games in the playoffs. So when it comes down to it for the Edmonton Oilers tonight, the answer going into game 4 is quite simple, and it's not like, Stu, if you're listening back home, I have no ill will, I have nothing against you here. It's just, again, the success formula in the series against the Canucks was simply turn to Picard, rest Stu, and go out there and get the next few games for Stu after Picard has a couple moments of hockey action. So, again, recipe for success here against Dallas. Very much the same as Vancouver. It's going to be a tight series the whole way home. Looks like we're headed 7 the way these games have been played, as long as the Oilers find a way to win game 4. So now you got to think this game is going to be interesting in game 4, especially if they can find a way to score a game 4 victory with Calvin Picard in net. So that's really the only post-game thoughts. My brain is soup after watching the Oilers blow a lead, but yeah, this second period obviously for the Edmonton Oilers tonight was quite unacceptable. I don't think there's at any moment on any of the goals the Oilers gave up tonight where you can say it's all Stuart Skinner. There's a lot going on around the play that the Oilers really struggled to maintain pressure in the second period, and then in the third period, the Oilers aren't a team that can just fall asleep and play back and forth nowhere hockey and win a hockey game. Yes, maybe they need to become that team, but you knew as that third period went on and it extended out that as long as it stayed sleepy in that third period, Dallas was going to find a way to score, and they did, and that's ultimately the difference maker in this hockey game. I do want to say, if you're a Dallas Stars fan watching back home, saying the Oilers weren't the greatest team tonight, Stuart Skinner let in some bad ones, whatever the case might be, that does somewhat diminish the accomplishment of Jason Robertson scoring his first career playoff hat trick, and what a hat trick it was. I mean, he victimized the Oilers on all 3 goals, which is absolutely, hey, when you have your sniper and Jason Robertson doing that in the playoffs, that is something you want to see. So for the Dallas Stars tonight, a good effort, and obviously nothing that a bad effort from the Oilers can take away from, because the Dallas Stars were lights out by a mile in that second period. So again, that's where I just say, right, there's a couple of things the Oilers can clean up here in this game. I think I'm seeing back on the chat, Margaret asking why Perry's not playing. I almost wonder, right, would you ask maybe why not Perry for Derek Ryan in the next game? That would be one thing maybe I'd look at. I know Derek Ryan's a pivotal penalty killer, but I think maybe getting Corey Perry in there would be not a bad idea for sure. And we'll kind of have our huge talk about tomorrow about what the line changes for the Oilers might look like going into Game 4. But there's a bunch of options. And I mean, hey, Sam Gagner is still sitting around available to you as well. So we'll see where we go as the Oilers look to try and get things started up for game number 4. Just to review the quick stats at the post game in this one again, friends. It's a 5-3 final for the Dallas Stars. 22 shots for them, 30 for the Oilers. The Oilers out-hit the Stars 45-22. Face-offs finish in favor of the Stars 29-27. Both teams 0 for on the special teams, so the Oilers penalty kill continues to be perfect, but the Oilers power play continues to be goalless, so that's a problem. 15-14 the giveaways for both teams tonight. The Oilers held that edge. That's embarrassingly bad. 17-7 the takeaways for Dallas. That's embarrassingly bad for the Oilers. 23-15 the block shots for the Oilers. That's a bit of a problem as well. So again, the Oilers getting lots of chances toward the net, but the Oilers need to start finishing their opportunities and really pounding the puck through a little bit more. I know Bouchard had a puck that hit Hyman in the hand area or in the foot area at one point in this hockey game from the high slot on a wrister. That one, again, is one maybe you could look at. That puck goes in instead of hitting Hyman. Maybe this game's a little different, but the Oilers taking the foot off the gas in that second period is ultimately what did it. To talk about Chris Knobloch in that situation, again, all too often we see Oilers head coaches knowing their team very well, watch them dissipate a lead in the blink of an eye. 3 minutes and 33 seconds is all it took for the Dallas Stars to go from 2-0 to 3-2 up. And well, it ended up going to a situation where the Oilers ultimately lose the game. So again, this is where it's not a Chris Knobloch issue. It's not a Jay Woodcroft issue. It's not a Dave Tiffin issue. It's a very much so Oilers coaching staff. I don't know if somebody like Ken Holland in the press box or somebody back home has to yell at this team through an earpiece to say, call the timeout, stop guys, we're going to fold. And that's kind of what happened here in this third period, is the Oilers ended up folding again in this hockey game in the second period. So we'll see what happens. But again, I think my simple recipe for success going into game number 4, start Calvin Pickard. I don't think you need to bring back in Ryan McLeod, but I don't think anything else much has to happen here for the Edmonton Oilers. So, friends, that will pretty much do it for me here this evening. I do want to give a shout out back home because we've had an insane chat this evening on the Dolynny TV live stream. Just a huge shout out back home again once more before we close up shop here on the post game to obviously Crozier, Hockey and Metal, Rigger 39, and of course Bling Man for throwing down the super chats, keeping the live stream that you're watching this post game edition on pretty much ad free throughout other than when you tune in. So thank you so much. And friends, that will do it for the post game edition. I'm gonna go ahead and eat something here, and we will catch you next time out. Thanks for being aboard. We'll talk tomorrow. And for those of you watching back home on the live stream, thank you so much for hanging out with me during the post-game edition. Thank you so much for adding your thoughts. Again, that's something I've never really done, is incorporate your thoughts into the post-game spiel, but it's a good little spot for it. And obviously a defeat tonight in the Connor McDavid jersey. Connor kind of goes quiet after scoring or being part of the first 2 goals of the game, so that's kind of a tough go right there to some extent. Now the Oilers desperately need a response in game number 4. So we'll see where we head, friends. I am going to get this one titled up here for you in game 4. You can already know where the you already know where the post game is going if you just listen to all that rambling right there from yours truly. But as far as things go tonight, friends, Game 3 post game recap for the Oilers and Stars. Start Calvin Pickard. That will be the headline this evening. So again, thank you so much for being aboard. To everybody, thank you for hanging out this evening. Really appreciate it. The chat moving along here. We'll talk to you here.